What's on the agenda for today? Let's see what events are available. Then let's jump right on in. I guess you could also just say that I'm just here to put off editing the finale of my playthrough of Honkai Star Rail version 3.0. But I've been meaning to get back into Genshin. I think it's been at least a week since I've played Genshin. I still log in every now and then. Particularly just because I want to build some of the characters that I've been putting off building. But for the most part, I haven't really felt motivated to do a lot of these events. The fact that there's a lot of missing VA is one of the reasons why I haven't felt motivated. But at the same time, you should all lend your support to the voice actor strike. I'm told that they've entered negotiations and that some of them will probably end up being moving over to a new studio, but I don't know the full details of it. I could probably look into it and maybe do a video covering it, but for the most part, there are people that are fully dedicated to covering the drama and the news, and I'll leave that to the people that, do that professionally. As for me, this is primarily a gameplay channel. I like to give my thoughts and personal opinions while I play games. I've already gotten into the whole FTC nonsense earlier on stream today, which I'll probably upload as a separate video. Because there's not a lot to talk about there. It's short enough to where I could probably edit it down to like 6 or 7 minutes.
Rite's coming up again. The time's really flown by. Let's head to Liyue when we get the chance.
Alright. Liyue celebrates and 8 adepts face a hidden calamity. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound too good. This is Lantern Rite number 4, right? So that means we've been in game for 4 years? This is a missed opportunity for them to have put Hu Tao on the Chronicled Wish. She's reran like 3 times, right? If Hu Tao was on the Chronicled Wish, I might have actually dumped everything on her. I know I have Arlecchino, but I like Hu Tao. Fun fact, Hu Tao is one of the characters whose trailers I saw before I started playing the game that actually piqued my interest in the game. Particularly because her character theme is actually a play on In the Hall of the Mountain King by Grieg. It's a very interesting spin on it. So she's a character I've always had at least some level of fascination with. Let the living beware. Speak of the devil, and the devil shall appear.
Look, it's Hu Tao!
Yeah, I can see that Paimon. But is sitting on a bench next to Cat Lady still there?
She looks kind of troubled. Shall we go say hi?
Alice, I'm always going to spare time to talk down to stares at Cat next to Bench Lady.
Hey! Stop right there, heroes!
Oh shit, we've been interrupted. How dare you stand between me and my relationship with the lady that stands in front of the funeral parlor staring at a cat?
What the? Oh, Xiangling! I was just kidding around. Happy Lantern Rite. Hope I didn't scare ya.
I haven't heard your voice in so long that I don't even remember it.
Nah, of course not. We were just about to go say hi to Hu Tao. I noticed, which is why I stopped you. We can't disturb her now or we won't get to see the brand spanking new Director Who.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I gave her a new outfit as a gift, but she's so used to her uniform that she's hesitant to try it on. Ooh, what kind of outfit is it?
That's a good question.
The bright red one, of course. The color of prosperity and the color of Lantern Rite.
Okay.
But just so you're aware, Hu Tao's not really been herself lately. Whenever I invite her to hang out, she either finds an excuse not to come or spends the whole time staring into space.
Something's going on in her personal life, if I had to guess.
I've tried asking her what's wrong, but she won't even admit there's a problem. Anyway, so that outfit was my way of saying that I'm here as her friend, and I hope she'll feel better soon. By even was just thinking that she looked kind of troubled.
She did. She doesn't look as energetic or fun-loving right now. You've never seen Hu Tao like this before. What could it possibly be? Something wrong with the ley lines. Calling it now. That's my go-to whenever something's going on in Genshin. Something's wrong with the ley lines. Just then you feel something cool against your face. Someone has crept up behind you and is now covering your eyes. Chongyun, cut it out. Guess who? I recognize those dulcet tones anywhere, Zhongli. Happy Lantern, right, Director Who? Oh. I was just kidding. Happy Lantern, right. When did you change outfits in the last 20 seconds? Hey, Happy Lantern, right.
Wow, Hu Tao! Is that a new outfit? It looks great!
Look at Ether, dumb fucking face. Got a fucking dumbass. Look at this dumbass. Let's save an image of that. This might be the thumbnail. It might not be, but I'm gonna save the image of it nonetheless. Oh, it's probably gonna be like a week before I get around to editing this. All thanks to Shangli. Apparently, it was custom made by a designer from Fontaine. I wonder who. Hope it didn't put you out too much. It's honestly a pretty practical outfit, all things considered. I like the glasses.
Nope.
And the
The
hat.
tailor happened to be in Liyue looking for a change of scenery and fresh inspiration. We got talking and really hit it off. So it was no trouble at all.
I'm gonna have to update my hats tier list. I said when Fontaine ends or Natlan ends, I would probably update my Genshin tier list for hats. This is a nice hat. I like this hat, but I like Hu Tao's original hat better. I think if I remember right, I put it like in the top tier. This is not a bad hat, but it's definitely like in the B tier compared to the S tier hat she had before. That being said, on the very, very weird rules that we used for what qualifies as a hat, a head accessory, she doesn't need glasses, so those glasses count as a hat. So she's wearing two hats, so we'll bump it up to an A. Well, that's good. Thanks again, Shangling. You have exquisite taste.
Oh, stop! I'm just glad you like it.
So, Hu Tao, what's been bothering you? Huh? Why would you ask that? Is it my tone of voice? Not as sweet and melodious as you're used to.
Your voice is as sweet as ever, Hu Tao, but we're your friends. You can't hide how you're feeling from us, no matter how hard you may try.
Alright. I wasn't trying to hide anything from you, I promise. It's just, I've been struggling with a work-related thing.
Work-related? You mean the funeral parlor?
Is business not booming? I mean, there was a whole lot of deaths recently. I think. Did we undo all the deaths in, Notland, or a large chunk of them during the war? I don't really know. Man, I thought business would be doing good right now for you. If not too good. So you see, part of my duty as director, so you see, it's part of my duty as the director. Besides, it's Lantern Rite, I don't want you worrying about me when you're supposed to be enjoying the festival. So relax, everything will be A-okay. Because Director Who will find a way.
You stressing about work? That's gotta be a first. Guess it must be something super complicated, huh?
Did you get in trouble for shoving flyers underneath people's doors again? Yep, it's a doozy. I feel like I've been banging my head against a brick wall. Let's go get Kaching, she'll know what to do. I keep forgetting that you and Kaching are kind of, sort of, friends. Mainly because she likes you because you're, what's the term? You're not so close-minded and very open to new ways and change. Also, like, mandatory talk to Kaching for, like, 5 minutes every Lantern Rite, I guess. I guess we'll run into Zhao for, like, 5 minutes, too. It feels like it's mandatory that we talk to Kashing and Xiao every Lantern Rite. That's what I've picked up on the 2 Lantern Rites I've done before this. Go get Kaching. She'll know what to do.
Huh? You think Kuching would be able to help?
She can at least teach Hu Tao about work-life balance. Ether, are you high? And if you are, share, please.
Good idea! Especially since it's festival season. I heard the Ministry of Civil Affairs is putting on a street fair with loads of cool stuff to do. Forget about work for now, Hu Tao. Come have fun with us.
She still hasn't shared with us what's wrong with her work.
Yeah, take some time to relax and recover your energy. Then you'll knock this thing out in no time.
I'd love to, but I'm afraid I have a meeting to get to. A real meeting. I'm not just making excuses.
Aw, really? You sure you can't get out of it?
How about this? You guys go on ahead and I'll meet you at the fair when I'm done. Sound good?
Okay, fair enough. But don't take too long. And after the fair, how about we all have a meal at Wanmin restaurant? My treat, of course.
Tradition. Have food together. Okay. Count me in. I can never turn down Xiangling's cooking. Has she ever blushed like that before? I don't remember. Or is that makeup?
Me neither! Paimon's drooling already.
Sounds like a plan. Hope your meeting goes well, Hu Tao. Don't worry about me. Get yourselves to the fair. I'll join you as soon as I can. Oh, you know what I forgot to look for in the trailer? For 5.3 for the Lantern Rite? I forgot to look for the, where are they? They gotta be over here somewhere. Where are my Fatui agents? My pen pals. Wow, there's not much set up down here yet. Oh no, it's over there. Where are my pen pals? There they are! Vlad Nadia! Have you figured it out yet? I'm afraid not. Been working here for a long time, but Liwei's local sayings are still a mystery to me. That's true. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why would you sometimes use wealth as a part of will wishes? What? Sometimes as an incentive. I'd say we're better off not dwelling on that. I mean, something like love is expressed in many different languages. The meaning that we mean when we convey is the same, isn't it? Yeah, you're right, of course. You know what? That's a good line. Wouldn't look out of place in a gift envelope at all, I'd say. I always take a great, deep interest in these two. This relationship has developed across 4 years of gaming. What was I doing? Check on the Lantern Rite Street Fair. Where is that? Oh, over here. I immediately got distracted. Last year's Lantern Rite was the Chenyu Vale and Gaming thing. This is the custom gift envelope stall. You can pick out your preferred design, leave a custom message, and hand them out to friends and family. If you're interested, Madam Lan Yan, please have a look.
I take it these coins go inside the envelope? They look a little different from regular Mora.
Yeah, they look a little bit bigger. Also, I said mandatory talk to Kaching for 5 minutes. Here it is. That's right. These are special-made fortune coins issued by the coinage office. There are 12 designs in total, each engraved with motifs from the Guanyin sigils that represent different blessings. Take this one, for example. This design is...
The sign of Vice Ravana! Yes, originally an exorcism sigil, widely used in thaumaturgy. These days, it's used as a lucky charm to prevent disaster and bring favor. Quite popular with business owners, hoping for peace and prosperity.
Well, aren't you the expert?
Oh, I interrupted you, didn't I? Oh, sorry. I just got a little carried away. I meant no offense, Lady Yuhong.
Lady Yu Hung. So I guess you're not formally acquainted. None taken, Madame Lan. How old is how old is she? If we're going by Madam. Really, it's my honor to meet a member of the historic Lan lineage. Your ancestors hailed from the 12 tribes of Chenyun Vale, and were renowned from their proficiency in the mystic arts.
You flatter me, Lady Yuhong. My family are but distant relatives. We would hardly consider ourselves the true heirs to that illustrious lineage.
Okay, so traditions are falling out, but you seem to be very interested in them nonetheless. There's no need to be humble. Your knowledge of Guanyin sigils is quite impressive. A rare find in Liyue Harbor of today. True error or not, you do your ancestors proud, and given your level of erudition in this area, I may find myself requesting your help in the future.
Well, I won't deny that I pride myself on my level of learning. So by all means, it would be my pleasure to assist the Lady Yuhong.
Ka-ching! Hard at work with the festivities as usual, huh?
Ah, the Traveler in Paimon. And Xiangling too. I was just thinking about you this morning, wondering if I would get to see you during the festival. Hear that? She's thinking about us. I hope you're keeping a reasonable work-life balance this year. Oh, don't even go there. The Ministry of Civil Affairs has had so much to do with this lantern rite. Oh, before I forget, everyone, this is Madame Lan Yan, Master Craftswoman from the Chenyun Vale Artisans Association. She kindly agreed to help the Ministry of Civil Affairs with this year's street fair. In a short while, you'll get to see her work.
Wow, nice to meet you, Madame Lan.
Madame Lan, allow me to
The
introduce...
Traveler, his buddy Paimon, and Xiangling. Hello!
She did say she prides herself on her learning. It seems you're getting carried away again, Madame Lan.
Oh, sorry. Interrupted again, didn't I? It's just quite exciting. Meeting these 3 people I've heard so much about. I never imagined I'd get the chance.
Yeah, we're kind of famous at this point. We've saved the world, like, more times than I care to count at this point.
I think you mean 2 people, right? I'm just a chef. A good one, but it's not that much to get excited about. You don't need to include me just to be polite.
I mean, locally you're pretty well known, and since she's from Chenyun Vale, I would imagine your name at least spreads that far.
Oh, I beg to differ. The first meal I ate in Liyue Harbor was at Wanmin Restaurant. Xiangling's cooking gave my taste buds plenty to be excited about.
Hello, Madame Lan. Nice to meet a Master Craftswoman. And where have we met a Master Craftswoman before? Oh yeah, it was last year's Lantern Rite. With Cloud Retainer. Like, just stretching out the human form. I guess she moved into Liyue Harbor. I wonder if we'll check in on her again, actually. We probably will.
Please, call me Lan Yan. And I'm no master craftswoman. Just a humble maker of handicrafts.
Humble. I'm sure anyone who's seen your work would disagree. Speaking of which, I'm sure you all would like to see it. Why don't you come with me and I'll show you. So what did she make? Here it is. This is a game for the street fair, where you duel with rattan figures. It's called Immortal Combat. There are 8 rattan figures in total, and thanks to some ingenious design work, they can move around on their own. Madame Lan took inspiration from the legend of the 8 Adepts. Astonishing, isn't it?
Sounds amazing! But what are the 8 adepts? Are they like adepti?
They're not actual Adepti, but 8 legendary people said to have Adeptus-like abilities, which earned them the title of the 8 Adepts. Okay.
Wow, Paimon's
I wonder if
never
we know
heard
any
that
of them.
story before.
They were only around for a short time, and it was 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, so their stories aren't nearly as well known as those of the actual Adepti. Also, did you notice this year's Mingxiao Lantern when you arrived at the harbor? I haven't looked at it yet.
Shaped like a huge tree, right?
Yeah, the last couple ones have been, like, based off of other Adepti, so this is just a tree? Yes, it said during the Archon War period there was a divine mountain in Liyue with a giant tree on its summit. A tree who was also a god named Tao Do.
Oh, I think I heard that one from a storyteller once. The sanctification of Tao Du.
Tao Du?
So Tao Du is the giant tree?
And this tree was also a god? I'm getting Star Rail flashbacks to that emanator of the abundance. Correct. Back then, people thought that behind Tao Du was the realm of the dead. And if you committed grave sins in life, your soul would be unable to pass beyond the tree and into the afterlife. Wait, didn't we go there during Hu Tao's character quest?
Even today, in my hometown, people still say things like, "You'll never cross Mount Taodu when you die." It's very insulting, though, so don't go around repeating it.
This is the first I've ever heard anyone say that. When the Archon War arrived, Tao Du was dragged into the fighting, disturbing the realm of the dead. The boundary between life and death became blurred, and death began to encroach on the realm of the living. Well, I think I know why Hu Tao is busy now. It's probably got something to do with this Tao Du.
Oh no! And then what?
That's where the sanctification of Tao Du comes in. The 8 adepts rose up to solve the crisis and laid down a great magic array to purify Tao Du.
This is 100% why Hu Tao is busy. If it's not, I'll be extremely surprised. Exactly. After that, Tao Du's remains sank into the ley lines and became a border separating the living leeway from the dead. Oh my god! I hate being right. It's a ley line problem. It's always a ley line problem. Everything in this game is just something wrong with the ley lines.
Wait! The border? The border between life and death? That's where it comes from?
Parallel to the Night Kingdom says what?
So the legends say, but who knows if it's true?
We've been there. We went there during Hu Tao's character story.
Those 8 adepts must be super powerful if they could purify a god. Are we sure they weren't just adepti?
Yep. And in fact, their tale specifically emphasizes that most of them were ordinary humans.
I mean, we've seen some ordinary humans that have some very spectacular problems. Very spectacular powers. Most of them happen to just be vision bearers. Or wielders. Like, all 3 of the people standing in front of me, for example. Cough, cough.
If I remember right, they were from several groups that joined forces. A Gui Xiang one, a Lian Xiang one, and...
Right! The 3 hermits of Guizhang, the 2 sages of Lian Shan, and the 3 beasts of Tao Du. Collectively, the 8 adepts. The mainstream narrative holds that the Guizhang hermits and the Lian Shan sages were human.
I think the Guizhang Hermits is the only ones that I've heard about. Because I think that, what was it, Xingqiu talked about that? He was reading a book about it. I know one of the hermits was Wind Reader, said to be a founder of the ancient art of Qimen divination. If I'm not mistaken, he hailed from the 12 tribes of Chenyu Vale. His descendants became the Lan clan, and kept the art of Qimen divination alive. Madam Lan, correct me if I'm wrong.
That's certainly what the clan genealogies claim, although my personal knowledge of Qimen divination is very patchy.
The second hermit story is somewhat more amusing. He mastered the art of fishing with a rod and line, and became known as the Yunlai Angler. I feel like we've heard that name before. You may have heard of the Yunlai swordsmanship, which is the style that I trained with. I did hear about that, which, fun fact, Chi-Chi also uses. Both that style and the more ancient variant have their origins in the Yunlai Angler's rod-wielding techniques. Interesting, so we got some Kaching lore. That's cool.
Seriously? Did Xingqiu tell you that? Because it sounds like something right out of a martial arts novel.
I wouldn't be surprised, actually.
So what about the third hermit?
That would be the Wu Wong kid, also known as Old Man Wu Wong. Story goes that he was always presented himself in a child form. As a hermit, his expertise lay with the Qi Wang symbols, which he used to catch demons, heal disease, and protect lives from encroaching presence of death. I have a feeling that has a connection to Hu Tao's family line because I see butterfly motifs and death motifs. The Wangshang funeral parlor should be the best acquainted with this story, since their founders were said to have studied under Wu Wang Kid. They were just ordinary people like you and me, but when faced with the mounting disasters, they used what strength they had to guard the border between life and death. Fortunately, they were aided by their knowledge of a secret art, which the funeral parlor still practices to this day.
So it's true? The Wangsheng funeral parlor really does have a secret art?
I'm surprised how well that's known. Ugh. Real talk. Why does anybody know about this? I would have assumed that this was like super secret. In fact, it's kind of strange that Hu Tao even took us to the weird border of life and death at all.
I heard from Hu Tao that she has a flaming staff handed down by her forebears. Apparently it has special powers used for cleansing rituals.
I don't own the Staff of Homa, so I can't read its item description.
But it could just be another one of her tall tales. Oh, you probably haven't met Hu Tao yet, have you? She's the director at the funeral parlor.
Okay.
I've never had the pleasure, but I've certainly heard of Director Hu Tao.
She's kind of famous, or should I say infamous.
Okay, well these Guizhong hermits sound pretty legit. How about the two sages and the three beasts? What's their story?
One was Sage Hu, a master of gourd crafts, and the other was Sage Jian, an expert in bronze mirrors. Very little information survives on these two. All we know is that they practice the secret art of Lianshan, earning them the title of the two sages of Lianshan.
I heard there's a hidden palace deep in the mountains south of the Stone Gate. Traditionally, that's believed to be where they retreated for cultivation.
Okay, we're getting into cultivation. That's interesting. As for the three beasts, their retreat was Mount Taodu, hence the three beasts of Taodu. As their title suggests, those three were not humans. Well, if they were 8 humans, why are 3 of them not humans?
So, what were they? Monsters or something?
I'm guessing they were like, what are they called? Exalted beasts, or I forget what that term is. They were Ganyu?
Huh? All 3 of them?
All 3 of them were Ganyu. No. Happy Lantern Rite, everyone.
Oh, right. Ganyu's here. Okay.
Happy Lantern Rite. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Of course not.
What is it? Ningguang's back? Yes, the others have arrived too. Got it, thanks. Now, my apologies, everyone, but I've got to go. Ganyu and I have some important work to attend to.
Aw, what? Not you too? Seems like everyone's busy with work.
You know what it's like. The festival season is upon us, so it's all systems go at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Don't worry, though, everything's fine. Yes, you should focus on enjoying everything that the street fair has to offer. And if you find anything that is not to your satisfaction, we will welcome your feedback. Bye for now, everyone. 1 second, Ganyu. What is it? Don't forget to take breaks and look after yourself.
The traveler's being especially nice today, checking in on everyone's well-being.
I still need to check in on Shen Yun to see if she's settled into her new abode, I guess.
Well, what other option does he have? It's not like he can drag them away from their desks and force them to have fun against their will.
Oh, you think I can't do that, Paimon? Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. Thanks for your concern. We'll be sure to take care, and hope you'll do the same. Well, there goes one of my favorite characters. So that leaves us with Lan Yan.
I actually have something I need to do as well.
Never mind
so I should
then.
get to the Wangshang funeral parlor.
Oh, are you looking for Hu Tao? She's supposed to meet us here so we can grab lunch. Why don't you come with? If you don't mind the extra company, of course.
Are you the important meeting that she had to go with?
Not at all. I'd love to. What a nice surprise.
Perfect. Hu Tao should have joined us here by now. I guess her meeting overran. Why don't we head to the funeral parlor?
Well, I guess Lan Yan wasn't the meeting then.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so the street fair events should be live now. Oh. Immortal Combat, custom gift envelope, drills by lamplight. What is this? Sightseeing scope number 1. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Oh, hang on. What are you up to? Ming Shao blessing Yao Yao. I wish everyone good health and proportion, meals and appetites. Oh, that's nice. Xinyan! Let's do another show, make it a big one. Don Fei? Please, 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 let this case I have be settled smoothly. I'd still like to hang out with Granny and all. So we can only do the first chapter. Looks like the next chapter unlocks here. 3 days, 3 days. What's today? The 24th? So the 27th will be when the full thing is playable. Which means I have plenty of time to edit this. Thank goodness. Alright, back to Wangshang Funeral Parlor. Earlier. So in other words, Butler and you'd like to go without the drums?
Exactly. Since this has come at such a festive time, I'd rather keep things low-key to avoid disturbing the celebrations.
Understood. What about paper effigies for burning? We can do mansions, chariots, boats, or sedan chairs.
Sure, but let's stick with something small. His lordship has never been a fan of ostentation.
In that case, how about an effigy of a silk gown? Something to please the family, but not too over the top. Does that sound alright?
It sounds perfect. You think of everything, Director Hu.
So this is the important meeting? Sounds like a prince is getting put down. Great, and will you be providing your own cinerary casket?
Yes. His lordship had one made 2 years ago, in fact. He sourced an excellent block of gloomwood and had an artisan convert it into a casket. It's currently being stored at the old family house at Yilong Wharf.
Gloomwood is a good choice. Flame resistant, water resistant, and insect resistant. Now what about the morning tent and procession? Did the family say what style they wanted? We could certainly keep them simple, but I wouldn't recommend foregoing them entirely. You don't want the public speculating why the Feiyun Commerce Guild couldn't seem to afford a proper funeral.
It's like you read my mind. Master expressed the same concern, but he also said he has full confidence in the Wangshang Funeral Parlor's judgment in this area.
Ah, so you work for Xingqiu. Very well then. My suggestion for the tent would be sloped roofs. One with a rigid spine, 2 of them curved at the top. 36 seats, no more, no less. And all with fresh silk covers. But not just any silk. They should be decorated with the Feiyun symbols. At the front, we want a moon gate, a grand preceptor armchair, bamboo railings, sufficiently grand, but tasteful and measured. Would this be suitable, Butler An?
That sounds ideal. Oh, and we should put some rugs down. Make them tortoiseshell. His lordship is very fond of that color.
Tortoiseshell. That can be arranged. How about the procession?
Master requested no music procession, but 16 pallbearers. Nothing flashy. Plain clothes will do, as long as they're smart and all dressed the same.
Okay. That sounds like a thing you should be putting like on the RSVP notice. This is not for the funeral director. And the carriage?
Open sedan chair, please, with 4 pairs of white plaques and 20 pairs of red plaques.
Okay. Any ceremonial weaponry and stuff? Is this the first time we've actually seen a funeral get prepared at the funeral parlor?
Yes. 2 sets of gold weaponry and 2 sets of soul banners. 4 items per set.
4 items per set. Okay, for the gold weaponry, a 4-piece set would be the mace, battle axe, stirrup, and fist. So 2 each of those. And then we could do 2 clear passage banners, plus 2 each of the flying tiger, flying carp, and flying turtle banners.
That will do nicely.
Alright, last thing. How about the hanging banner and the portrait pavilion?
For the hanging banner, we want an octagonal tube with 8 tassels per corner and a dome of red gauze covering the top. As for the portrait pavilion, we're looking to do 1 incense pavilion with 2 spare rooms. One is a changing room, the other is a display room, and we'd like a plain white cover over the whole thing.
Somebody should be writing this down, because my memory is good, but it is not good enough to remember 90% of anything that's been said so far. Because these are very, very specific things with a lot of details and varying things. This just shows how good Hu Tao is if she's remembering all this. If not, I hope the lady behind her is writing this down. Did you want that embroidered?
Ah, I knew I missed something. The
Where were
family
you in the
neglected
last
to
shot?
consider that in their sorrow, but it's a minor detail. What would your suggestion be?
Well, the Feiyun Karmas Guild is a large and prosperous family with 4 generations living under one roof. As the founder of this family, his lordship could not be more blessed. Added to that, he reached a ripe old age, lived a virtuous life, and is spending his final days in peace and comfort. All in all, he has lived a very complete life. In which case, I'd recommend embroidering a Bats of Longevity motif and a Crane's Endeared Youth motif to pass on his good fortune to the next generation. That's a lot of embroidery.
Excellent! I must say, Director Who, you really understand your clients.
Of course, think nothing of it. Ah, Miss Baiwen.
Greetings, Director Who. Lady Ningguang has arrived, and she would be most grateful if you could join her at Eugene Terrace.
Oh, so that's the other meeting, huh? Wow, that was quick. Alright, I'll head over in 2 ticks. Butler Ann, my sincere apologies, but I'm afraid I have another meeting to get to.
Of course. I've taken plenty of your time already. Don't let me keep you.
Fairy. Can I leave you to follow up on the Feiyun funeral arrangements? Your name's
Of course,
Fairy?
Director. I'll handle it.
Oh, Fairy Lady. You don't have a name yet? They haven't given you a name? Weren't you like in Zhongli's like character teaser?
The Who family is truly blessed. It seems their directors go from strength to strength with each generation.
I agree. She was born for the job.
Ah, yes, Madam Undertaker. I didn't get the chance to discuss payment with the director.
There's no rush. I gathered from your conversation that the situation is still unfolding. This was just an initial meeting, so that we can make advanced preparations, yes?
Or at least like write down everything that you wanted, hopefully. Please tell me you wrote it all down.
That's right. Master asked me to come a few days ahead of time so that things aren't rushed at the last minute.
A few
that
days.
note, please do keep everything strictly confidential for now. No public announcements.
Few days? You can't be planning a funeral a few days before it happens. You should be planning it like a few weeks, months even. I don't care how wealthy your benefactor is.
Of course. You have my word.
Thanks. Could I trouble you for a pro forma invoice? Easier for the family to review that way.
Oh, please, yes, please.
I'll get that to you in due course. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Hey, Fairy! We're looking for Hu Tao. Is she here?
You just missed her, unfortunately. She's attending a meeting elsewhere.
Oh. Any idea when she'll be back?
She didn't say, but she only left a moment ago. She could be some time.
Yep, she's meeting with, was it Ningguang? I don't know why I was saying Yuguang.
If it's anything urgent, I'd be happy to take a message for you, and I'll relay it to her as soon as she returns.
Oh, no, it's nothing urgent.
If you'd prefer to speak with her directly, you can always wait till she's free.
Well, this sucks. Paimon thought Hu Tao would be done with work by now. I guess she's got more on her plate than we realized. Well, there's not much point in hanging around here. Why don't we go eat and come back later? Paimon is getting a little hungry. But shouldn't we wait for Hu Tao?
That would be the polite thing to do.
It sounded like she's gonna be a while. Besides, I can always fire up the stove again when she's back.
One of the benefits of being the restaurant owner.
Okay, sounds good.
Or I guess
Madam Lan,
staff.
You must be getting
I guess
hungry
your dad
too,
owns
right?
it, right?
You should come with us. Madam Lan?
Oh, sorry. I spaced out. Whatever works for you.
Alright, Fairy. We'll head off then. Can you let Hu Tao know where we are when she gets back?
Sure. Take care, everyone.
Why are you interested, Ansu?
Butler Ann?
Ma'am, do you happen to know who that young lady with the black hair is?
I haven't met her before, but that silver swallow hairpiece makes me wonder if she's from Chenyu Vale.
Chenyu Vale,
Something the matter?
Well, it's just... So the other day, when I was out shopping, I ran into her and Master. They were chatting away, and I noticed that she showed him a very peculiar-looking rattan figure. Later that day, as I was moving his lordship to a more comfortable bedroom, I saw something underneath his bed. And would you know it, it was that same rattan figure. There was some kind of spell written on it. It was icy cold to the touch and made the whole room chilly. The whole thing seems very sinister.
Oh my goodness. Are you suggesting that there could be unnatural causes behind his lordship's condition? Well, I've heard they practice Chi-Man magic in Chenyu Vale. Pentad fortune conveyance, fate transference, and the like.
Fate transference? That one sounds interesting. Especially from a lore standpoint.
The last thing I want to do is start suspecting anyone, but... With his lordship bedridden and Master urging me to start discussing funeral arrangements, I can't help but think.
Very legitimate
Sorry.
concerns.
Look at me rambling away. I'm sure I'm just being paranoid. Please forget I said anything, and certainly don't repeat this to anyone else.
I'm surprised that we, the audience, are even seeing this, to be honest.
Don't worry, Butler Ann. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor understands the importance of discretion. Client confidentiality is paramount.
I bet we're probably going to learn it from Lan Yan. Is that going to be the end? No, it's not the end. To Wanmin Restaurant!
Dad, I brought some friends over. I'm cooking today.
Where is your dad? I don't see him.
Dad? Dad?
He must have gone out to get milk and cigarettes.
Over here, Xiangling.
Oh, good. He's back from getting milk and cigarettes already.
Oh, there he is. He's over at Ying R's place. Let's go say hi.
Oh, God, Ying-ar. Oh, God, Ying-ar. Not her again. Please tell me she's voiced and I don't have to read her lines out loud.
Huh? Timaeus? What's wrong with him?
Oh, yeah, they're a couple now, right?
That scent. Oh, this is so embarrassing. A few
Duh.
days ago, he said he wanted to come and spend the festival with me, but he started to feel unwell as soon as he arrived last night, and now he's gone and passed out.
Did she just... We finished a full line of dialogue without an innuendo. Hooray!
I think maybe the journey took it out of him, or perhaps he caught a cold on the way. Anyway, I was about to take him to Boo Boo Pharmacy to see the doctor, so I asked Chef Mao to watch the store while I'm gone.
Two
Wait,
lines.
you weren't gonna carry him all that way by yourself, were you? Let us help.
I couldn't possibly ask that of you.
Don't mention it. Let's get him to a doctor.
If you're sure. I'm very grateful for the help. Why don't I watch the store? As it happens, I know a thing or two about perfume.
Is there a thing or two you don't know about?
I'm sorry, I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, this is Madame Lan Yan, a craftswoman from Chenyu Vale. You can trust her.
Oh, a friend of yours then. Thank you, Madame Lan Yan. That would be a huge help.
Xiangling, I guess that means we're free to head back. Let's get cooking so the troops can feast on their triumphant return.
Great minds think alike, Dad. Go on, get to May's Tabubu Pharmacy. And don't forget to come eat when you're done.
Thank you all.
Alright. Alright. Shove him over my shoulder. Let's go. Meanwhile, you bring Timaeus to Woo Woo Pharmacy where Baiju takes him back to the examination. You were surprised to see two other familiar faces there. Who's here? Ah, you two. Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time. Happy Lantern Rite. Happy Lantern Rite, Xing Chu and Chong Yun. Thank you. Here's hoping it will be.
What do you mean by that? Oh no, did you get sick too?
Me, the audience, actually know, because the Feiyun Commerce Guild is about to have a funeral in a few days. Oh no, not me. The family head. It's alright, these are dear friends. The truth needn't be hidden from them. My great-grandfather, a few days ago, he didn't have the strength to get out of bed, and now he's slipped into a coma.
Oh no! Sorry to hear that. That sounds really serious.
It's not looking good. We've had several doctors come and see him, but none of them could tell what was wrong. And all that left without even writing a prescription.
None of them could figure out what it was? That seems strange.
Well, he is over 100 years old now. It's just we're struggling to come to terms with it. Dang, he has lived a long life. Hu Tao wasn't kidding. Our butler came to see me a few days ago, insisting great-grandfather has been cursed. He urged me to get an exorcist involved. So I went to take a look, and inside his lordship's room there was definitely a strange chill in the air, but I'm confident it was not caused by evil spirits. And what is it? Well, this is just my theory, but I think that... It's fine, you can say it. It's a fetter of death. A sign that death is near.
Oh no. Xingqiu, this must be so hard for you.
Were you and your great-grandpa close? Thank you, I'll be okay. Honestly, my father and grandfather are the hardest hit by it. But we're as prepared as we can be under the circumstances. I believe my brother's already contacted the funeral parlor. And I'm here to see if Dr. Baiju can help. My father and grandfather are at home fasting and praying.
Feeling any better?
Much better. I feel as fit as a twiddle. I'm sure this is all because I forgot to eat breakfast. I woke up like really sick today. Upset stomach. I think I have a few antacid tablets on me just in case.
It's fit as a fiddle, dear. As in the instrument, not the finger twitching.
Fit as a twiddle. I'm gonna lump that one in. We're now back to zero. 0 lines since the innuendo has been said.
It's nothing serious. Probably just exhaustion from the long journey. Then not resting properly afterwards.
It's all my fault.
No, this is all Timaeus' fault.
I'm prescribing a nutritious soup to be taken every night before bed. Here's the recipe. That should sort him out. But if his symptoms persist, make sure to come and see me again.
Thank you, Dr. Baiju.
Looks like Timaeus is gonna be alright. That's a relief.
I honestly didn't expect to see Timaeus. Ingar says that you helped bring me here. Thank you so much. Don't mention it.
Ingar, you should probably get this guy back right away. Baiju says he needs to rest.
Agreed. Plus, I shouldn't keep Madame Lan Yan waiting too long.
Right, she's
Drop
watching
by
your
later
shop.
when you've got a second, so I can thank you both properly.
Dr. Baiju.
Ah, Master Xingqiu. I won't beat around the bush. The situation is looking a little more complicated than I'd initially thought.
Really? What do you mean? Oh, Chang. Baiju wasn't speaking the whole truth just now. Timaeus' situation is exceptionally strange, and strikingly similar to his lordship's condition. Wait, so Timaeus has the same illness as my great-grandfather?
It would appear so, although it's debatable whether it is an illness per se. The truth is, they are both aging at an accelerated rate.
That doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good at all. What? Really?
Yes, significantly faster than the average person. But so far, I have not managed to determine the cause.
Evil curse. Leyline disturbance. Moira Shine conspiracy. Not only does it mystify Baiju, but I've never witnessed such a malady. Unless, of course, it was so long ago that I have since forgotten. Timaeus is in the prime of his life, so a little extra exhaustion is nothing dangerous. But his lordship is so advanced in years already. Oh wait, that was Chang. It's terrible. So something is superstitiously cutting years off their lives.
Cutting years off their lives? What a turn of phrase. That sounds horrible.
It does. It sounds terrible. I feel my beard growing as we continue to talk about it. Baiju even tried using a secret art on Timaeus earlier, but it was useless. This is a most stubborn disease.
There are a few other remedies I can try, even if it's just trial and error at this point. This morning I sent Chi-Chi to Mount Qingsa to look for a certain herb. There's still a chance we might turn things around if we're lucky.
I don't like them odds.
Oh, and speaking of Qingsa, has his lordship been there recently, Master Xingqiu?
The Jingxi village, you mean? Yes, we visit there every year during Lantern Rite to run a clinic. But this year, before the clinic had even started, they sent someone all the way here to ask for medical advice. The situation seems urgent.
And then the patient from Mondstadt, who I just saw, tells me he stopped off in Qingsa village during his
That
journey.
was a Chang line.
I can't help but wonder if there's some connection.
Interesting. Isn't Qingxi village also full of old people? It's like the Florida of Liyue. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe great-grandfather visited some friends in Qingxi village not too long ago. My father went with him. Aha! Just as we suspected. What is it? I heard the rumors about a god's remains in Qingxi. Is that what's causing this? God's remains? Which one? Well, firstly, I read about it in a book I bought from a street vendor, so it's not the most credible source. But the book told of a hidden place in Qingxi mountain range called the Hidden Palace of Zhao Formula. It is enchanted with 7 and 8 gates method, with which it suppressed countless evil spirits. The most revered of them being the god known as Tao Du.
Wait, so Tao Du's remains? That's what's causing this mystery illness?
It's just a theory. A game! No, we're not doing that.
Not to steal anyone's thunder, But while I do suspect a connection with Qingsa village, I highly doubt that god remains are the cause.
That's right, the slightest traces of God remains, and Baiju and I would surely have sensed them.
Good point. Then what could be the true cause?
Evil curse, leyline disturbance, Moira Shine conspiracy.
Master Xingqiu, I will head to Qingsa village to investigate further after Chi-Chi returns. Hopefully, I will have more answers after that.
Anything I can do to help?
Yeah, we're pros at gathering stuff. Just tell us where to go and we'll track down those herbs, no problem.
Man, that Wang Ming restaurant meal is starting to look further and further away.
I am most grateful for the offer. I'll be sure to let you know if I need your assistance.
Thank you for everything, Dr. Baiju.
Merely doing my duty.
Well, you take care of yourself too, Baiju.
Don't worry about me. I'm keenly aware of my limits.
Dan, Paimon, it was good to see you. But now I must return home and relay Dr. Baishu's words to my family. I'll come with you. I want to take another look at his lordship's room. Very well. Bye, everyone. And don't worry about me. I'm doing fine. In all honesty, I've never been as close to my great-grandfather as my father and grandfather. Given his age, he already wasn't speaking much by the time I was around.
Hey, come on now. We get that you don't want us to worry, but there's no need to downplay it, alright? We should be supporting you here, not the other way around.
Paimon's a lot smarter than I remember. I guess it's been a long time since we last met. Yeah, well, last time I ran into you was that poetry event.
Hey! Paimon's always been smart.
Yeah, especially when she's sharing a brain cell. You know, recently, a phrase Hu Tao always says has been on my mind a lot. Live in life, die in death. But she must be exceptionally busy these days, as I've barely seen her at all. So how about we all go for a meal together in a few days' time, when everything's calmed down? Sounds great. I'm free whenever. And it's decided. I'll see you in a few days. Is that why the next part of the mission is in 3 days?
Even though God remains as the cause, Paimon still wants to get to the bottom of this Tao Do business. Oh, it's a shame Kuching had to disappear before she could tell us more.
Lan Yan seems quite knowledgeable about it too. We could ask her.
True. Then let's head back and ask her. Come on, Xiangling's waiting on us too.
Oh good, the mission's not over yet. Timaeus is gonna fall over again. Oh, I hope he has like a beard. I hope we're gonna walk over there and he's an old man. Eula, what are you doing here?
This should be enough.
This gift envelope is for you. No gift envelopes. Well, I guess I should probably do that. We'll do gift envelopes then if it ends up being really short.
You're back. Thanks again for helping me get Timaeus to the doctor. Please, take this Mora as a small token of our gratitude.
You shouldn't have. I barely lifted a finger. Well, that's gotta be an understatement. I doubt you carried me all the way to Boo Boo Pharmacy by one finger. I can't thank you enough. Please let us give you something for your efforts.
Paimon thinks you're misunderstanding what that phrase means, but okay.
You'll have to excuse him. I think his efforts to learn the local dialect have fried the language part of his brain.
Alright, well, no more studying for you. Go get some rest. Doctor's orders. And if you take a turn for the worse, get back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away.
By the way, where did Lan Yan go?
Ah, yes. I almost forgot to mention. She said she went to catch up with Director Hu. She told me to pass on the message.
Wait, so she left?
Darn. Yingar, I'd like 3... Oh. What's this? Is Scent of Spring under new management?
Perish the thought. Miss Miss Ying'ar had to run an errand, so I'm just watching the shop until she gets back.
Aha, I see. Well, Miss Temporary New Management, could I trouble you for 3 boxes of red dust under rolling clouds?
Red dust under rolling clouds. I think that rings a bell. Not a scent the average young lady would choose, though.
Correct. So you probably won't find it on the shelves. More likely hidden in a corner at the back somewhere. Would you mind digging it out?
Not at all. One moment.
So she doesn't recognize her, so she's never met Hu Tao before this, then.
Here. Is this what you're looking for? If I'm not mistaken, it's used exclusively for ritual purposes.
Oh, a lady of culture, I see. That's not common knowledge. Hang on, we're taking a screen cap of that. Because, you don't just get to throw out a line of dialogue like that all that often. Plus, it's a nice shot with Hu Tao in a new outfit.
Let me wrap this up for you.
Oh, she's investigating. Her eyes are moving. Wait, I see it now. You're from the Lan lineage of Shenyu Vale, aren't you?
Huh? How can you tell?
Your hairpiece is a jade-plumed silverwing, one of the 3 immortals of Tao Du. Am I right, or am I right?
How did... Sorry, who are you?
Let's just say I'm a fellow lady of culture. But alas, I'm in a rush today, so I'll have to say goodbye for now. I hope we meet again soon, Miss Temporary New Management.
Huh? Grandpa was right. Liyue Harbor is full of hidden talents. I would never have expected the average perfume customer to be so knowledgeable.
I don't think that's an average perfume customer would be my first thought.
Director Who? I gotta say, that outfit looks really good on you.
Why, thank you, Miss Ying'ar. I was just procuring some perfume from your fine establishment. Your temporary replacement provided magnificent service.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Wait, Director Who?
No, it's Director Hu Tao. I'm just kidding. I'm not making that dumb joke.
Hey, we're back. Thanks for watching the store, Madame Lan.
Miss Ying'ar, that person you spoke to just now. Who was that?
Hu Tao. Director Hu Tao of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Huh? But I thought she wore the funeral parlor uniform. With the Harmony hexagram hat?
I guess she just changed into something more festive for the festival.
It was a gift.
Shoot! I was face to face with her, and I had no idea. Sorry, Miss Ying'ar. Something's come up. Please let the others know I had to leave.
Huh? What could possibly be so urgent?
She was trying to meet up with Hu Tao earlier.
And then she just ran off after Hu Tao. Weird.
Maybe she'll be at the funeral parlor.
Are you going to look for her? If so, could you take this with you? I just found it in the store.
Huh? Wait, isn't this one of those rattan figures?
I have a feeling that it's actually saving the old man from the evil spirit, and I think she may have left it here for Timaeus.
Whatever it is, we don't sell them. So I'm guessing Madame Lan left it here by accident.
Yeah, well, she definitely makes these. Although, this one's pretty different from the one she made for the street fair. Plus, it has a sigil on it for some reason.
Not the kind of thing you see every day, that's for sure. It could be important, so if it does belong to Madame Lan, I'd like to get it back to her as soon as possible.
I have a bad feeling about taking it, though. I think it might be safer to leave it here with Timaeus.
Well, then let's head back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor again. Whatever it's for, the sooner she gets it back, the better.
You are gonna concentrate on resting and recovering for the next few days. You hear?
Yes, ma'am. What the lady wants, the lady gets.
Now there's a turn of phrase I could get used to.
You're just full of turns of phrases. I'm sorry, Chef Mao. We'll come back for dinner eventually.
Hey, Miss Undertaker! Are Hu Tao and Madame Lan back yet?
Sorry, I'm afraid not.
Really? How strange. They were definitely heading this way. Maybe Hu Tao had another appointment. Any idea where we might find them?
If it was anything business related, I expect the director would have let me know. I was aware she had a meeting earlier today, for instance, but she doesn't keep me informed about her private affairs.
So you're saying Hu Tao's dealing with a private matter?
It's possible. The director seems to have had a lot on her mind lately. In the past, she'd usually show up to work in the mid-morning, but recently she's been getting here before the sun's up. She said she's had trouble sleeping and has been dreaming more than usual.
Uh-oh.
Trouble sleeping? Are we talking about the same Hu Tao here? That doesn't sound like her at all.
You might want to talk to our consultant, Zhongli. He's closer to her than I am.
That's weird for someone that's a consultant. You would assume that you would have the closer relationship since you actually work here.
Oh, good idea. How did we not think of that? So, where could we find him? Probably sipping tea somewhere, right?
He's just across the road on the second floor, watching an opera. If you listen carefully, you might be able to hear it.
Probably.
Oh yeah, Paimon here's singing!
Alright. Wonder if that's Yunjin.
Seems like Zhongli is the only one taking it easy today. Let's go say hi!
I will be back. Eventually. Wait for me. Longsheng Funeral Parlor stares at Cat Lady. Remarkable, Miss Yoon. You have breathed fresh life into an old classic, and I dare say surpassed the original. You flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. I'm just glad my voice held out. I'm a little out of practice.
Nonsense, Miss Yoon. You were as stunning as ever. And if that was you out of practice, well, the official Lantern Rite performance is sure to be truly sensational.
Hey Zhongli! Hey Yunjin! How's it going?
Wow, a traveler in Paimon. What a lovely surprise. We've been here every year. I'm surprised why no one expects to just run into us eventually. It's been too long, old friends. Are you here for the opera? Actually, I don't think we've literally seen you since last year's Lantern Rite. Where you sneaky little bugger managed to sneak out of running into Nouvellette.
Oh dear, what a pity. I'm afraid you just missed today's performance. And Miss Yoon needs to rest her voice now, or she'll strain it.
It's okay, Tea Master Liu. These two are good friends of mine. If they'd like to hear me sing, a few more minutes wouldn't do any harm.
Aw, thanks Yunjin. But hopefully you don't think we came here just to show up late and demand a private performance.
Oh, of course not. I'm guessing you're here for Mr. Zhongli, then. Oh? And how might I be of assistance?
Okay, so a friend of ours left something behind at a shop. We're trying to return it to her, and all we know is she's probably with Hu Tao. Any idea where Hu Tao might be?
The director is a free spirit who roams far and wide. She could be most anywhere.
Oh, great. Well, this is just fantastic.
Wow. That was not the response I was expecting from Zhongli. It was official business. Is it something important? The thing she left behind, I mean.
That's the thing. We don't know what it's for, but we want to get it back to her as soon as possible just in case she really needs it.
Show the rattan figure.
Oh, goodness! That's what you're trying to get back to her? But isn't that a pentad rattan?
Pentad rattan? You recognize this?
Haven't you heard? The word on the street is that the patriarch of the Feiyun Commerce Guild has fallen gravely ill. They say his family found an ominous-looking rattan figure in his bedroom, and there was a pentad fortune conveyance talisman on it. That cursed thing must have been put there to steal his good fortune. It's destroying his health, wealth, and every other good thing in his life.
Zhongli, feel free to chime in at any time.
And based on the description, your rattan figure looks suspiciously similar. It could even be the one that... get it away from me. I don't want that thing anywhere near me.
Relax, it's fine. This one definitely belongs to Madame Lan. Besides, we've had it on us this whole time and nothing bad's happened to us yet.
Madame Lan? You mean from Chenyu Vale Artisans Association?
Oh, now that would explain a lot. The Lans of Chenyu Vale practice Chi-Men magic. This pentad fortune conveyance business would be right up their alley. This leaves only one question unanswered. Namely, why would the Lans of Chenyu Vale have a bone to pick with the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
I still don't know if this thing is actually dangerous or not. We're jumping to a lot of conclusions.
What? Will you listen to yourself? You can't seriously believe all that. You'd sooner convince Paimon that Rex Lapis was a slime.
Huh. I wouldn't rule that out, Paimon. The latter is certainly more compelling theory. Master Liu, you appear to have been misinformed by these rumors, and also failed to notice the Guayun sigil on this particular rattan figure.
Oh? Please enlighten me, Mr. Zhongli.
This is the sign of Virus Vana. This is the one that actually Madame Lan pointed out to Kaching earlier. One of the 4 main exorcism sigils, a most upstanding and auspicious sign, by no means cursed. As a matter of fact, a series of fortune coins bearing these exorcism sigils has recently entered circulation in Liyue Harbor. I'm somewhat surprised that you didn't recognize it, Master Liu.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I remember now. Thank you for jogging my memory, Mr. Zhongli. I am humbled by your superior erudition.
Isn't it weird that we got the emanator of erudition in Star Rail, and now the word erudition is popping up constantly in this update? Although technically this came out on January 1st, so it preceded the update in Star Rail by 15 days. I'll just shut up my mouth now.
This makes way more sense than Madame Lan going around trying to curse people to death.
I guess the rattan figure they found in his lordship's room must have been put there by someone in his family to bring good luck.
In that case, there's a good chance Madame Lan also purposely left this behind to keep Timea safe and well.
We're gonna walk back there and he's an old man. In all likelihood, yes.
Guess we don't need to find her so urgently after all. We were just worried that losing this might have ruined her plans. But that said, what did she need Hu Tao for anyway? And what is Hu Tao up to that's keeping her so busy? Paimon has a bad feeling about it for some reason.
I'm surprised you two are so dumb. The giant rumors about the Feiyun Commerce Guild, the fact that we already know that Xingchu's great-grandpa is deathly ill and is cursed with aging. Why are we asking Zhongli for answers? You'll have the answer! The director's mind is a labyrinth I could not hope to comprehend. She probably has more things she has to think about than the rest of us combined.
Are any of those thoughts the kind that might keep someone up at night?
She has never mentioned that. But as the director of the Wangshang Funeral Parlor, she has a solemn duty to balance the forces of life and death in Liyue. I would be surprised and even a little unsettled if she were truly carefree as she appears. I agree, I've known Hu Tao for a while now, and for all her eccentricities, she takes pride in what she does. As her friends, we should just be there for her when she needs us. Indeed. The director's competence is the only reason I can afford to sit here enjoying my fine cup of tea and listening to the opera.
Having a competent boss isn't an excuse to slack off, you know.
Oof. I think Mr. Zhongli means that you should have faith in Hu Tao. There's no need to worry about her so much.
Fair point. Somehow seeing how calm Zhongli is about the whole thing does make Paimon feel much more at ease.
Also, he's technically not an employee, he's a consultant, meaning he's an outside hire. Or like a temp. You two ought to be enjoying the festivities. The Lantern Rite only comes once a year, so make the most of it. You heard it, it only comes once a year, which means it is now confirmed. We are now 4 years into this game. Give or take. Time is passing and no one is aged. If you're still worried, take this. Oh, it's the coin thingy. A fortune coin. It has recently become customary to give them as gifts, so in the spirit of the season, this is my gift to you.
Wow, Zhongli actually left the house with
I
cash?
need to take another
Now
ass
this
tablet.
is a Lantern Rite to remember.
They're in my other pant pocket. Not cash, Paimon.
Goodness gracious! Mr. Zhongli, that looks like a very special coin you have there. Is that one of the fabled Rex coins?
Rex coin?
Yes. Look at the design on the face. It's quite different from the typical coins you see in circulation. It appears to be a symbol of Rex Lapis. There's no doubt about it. This is a Rex coin, which means it once passed through the hands of the Lord of Geo himself.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you aren't right either. This is simply a curio I picked up from a street vendor. Master Leo, almost certainly a replica. But I can introduce you to the vendor if you are interested.
Oh, so it's just a souvenir then? I assumed it was a family heirloom of great value.
Nan, please take this. May it bring you comfort when your mind is troubled.
So it's an anti-anxiety coin? How is that supposed to work?
An anti-anxiety coin. This is my anti-anxiety coin. It's a roll of $10 of quarters. I use it to do laundry.
Ah, well, even if the coin itself is a replica, the symbol of Rex Lapis is still genuine. And if the symbol is real, so are its effects. So as long as you have this coin, Rex Lapis will always be with you.
Interesting.
Mr. Zhongli, would you mind showing me to the vendor from whom you acquired this coin? I wouldn't mind procuring a little of the Lord of Geo's good fortune for myself.
Very well. The walk will do me good. Friends, may we meet again soon. By the way, I'll be performing the sanctification of Tao Du on the day of the Lantern Rite. That's the one I was just practicing earlier. It's only a few days away now. I'd be honored if you could come and support me.
Oh, that's what you were singing just now? Paimon definitely wants to hear the full thing. We'll be there.
Or be square.
We were actually learning about the 8 Adepts earlier, but we never found out who the 3 Beasts of Tao Du were.
Oh, really? Well, for starters, the 3 Beasts of Tao Du were also known as the 3 Immortals of Tao Du. 3 Immortals. They were the Lone Butterfly, the Crimson Flame, and the Jade-Plumed Silverwing. And the gold-eyed Celadon Mare. That's 4. That's 4 things. 3 auspicious beasts, all with the power to take on human form.
Oh, so they really weren't human, huh? The Lone Butterfly sounds pretty self-explanatory, but what about the Silverwing and Celadon Mare? What kind of creatures were they?
Oh, sorry. The Lone Butterfly of the Crimson Flame, the Jade-Plumed Silverwing, and the Gold-Eyed Celadon Mare. Okay. It is 3. Silverwing was a swallow, and Celadon Mare was a white horse. Legend holds that after purifying Taudu, Silverwing and Wind Reader went wandering together, but the white horse retreated into seclusion. You ever read Moonlit Bamboo Forest? That story mentions a white horse that roamed the Chinxe mountain range. A lot of people think that she was the gold-eyed Celadon Mare. Ooh, I think in one of the recent Hoyo fairs, someone did an animation of that book.
Oh, cool! So, what about the butterfly? What did they get up to?
The lone butterfly gave her life during a purification spell. She was the only one of the 8 to sacrifice herself in this way. Even though the 8 had remarkable powers, purifying a god of Taudu's caliber was no mean feat. They had to resort to the secret art called the 7-8 Gates Array. It kind of reminds me of that weird, that 7 Gates Array thingy that was sealing the chasm way back when. The method involves obfuscating one of the gates so that evil can't escape. The lone butterfly was in charge of the gate that was chosen to be obfuscated. And so she disappeared from the world in the process.
Oh, that's so tragic.
But all was not lost. According to the legend, Old Man Wu Wang, another one of the 8 who looked up to her a lot, took up her mantle and kept her legacy alive.
Interesting. Huh. And then, he taught that to the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, right? Didn't they train under him?
And that's why the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has a butterfly motif. And a fire motif. Exactly, that's where it feels like fate came into play. After giving her life to restore order to the realm of the dead, some chance meetings ensured that future generations continued using the methods to guard the border between life and death. Although she herself disappeared from the world, her mission to protect Liyue is still alive and well by thousands of years on. Anyway, that's basically the whole story about how the 8 adepts purified Taudu.
Now we finally have names for the full roster. Thanks, Yunjin.
My pleasure. I haven't performed this opera in a long, long time, so I still have a fair bit of brushing up before I'm ready. Don't practice too much or you'll tire your voice out. Thanks, I appreciate it. See you around. I actually like Chinese opera. I think it's a really underutilized art form. What, you're not going to say hi to Xiangling?
Are you finally done? I've been waiting forever.
I know. I'm starving.
Huh? Oh, Xiangling, what are you doing here?
Apparently she's been running around town looking for us.
Tracking you guys down, obviously. You really made me work for it, too.
So yeah, she probably went to the perfume place, and then went to the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, and then probably went here, in that order.
It's honestly a little rich that you're out here telling everyone else to take care of themselves and keep a good work-life balance when you are apparently too busy to eat.
Yeah, Paimon getting distracted from food, that's a rarity.
Keep this up and I'll have to drag you to the dinner table and force-feed you my delicious cooking against your will.
Please don't, I don't like spicy stuff.
Here we are. I present to you Chef Xiangling's newest creation, Drunken Plums in Snow. You must be starving, surely. Go on, dig in. Wow, this is so nice of you, Xiangling. Paimon hadn't noticed how hungry she had gotten, but smelling that food is making Paimon ravenous. Sounds like you have a tough life, hey, Paimon? Sometimes you feast, but sometimes the traveler lets you go hungry. You should ditch the traveler and hang with me from now on. You'll never go hungry again.
Paimon would never do that to me, right? Wait, Paimon, where are you going?
Ooh, now that is a tempting offer.
At least I never charged you for a single meal. Aether, you have several times. Enjoy watching her eat your whole business out into oblivion.
Oh, come on! It's only one extra customer. I was only kidding. I know Paimon loves to eat, but I think it'd take more than food to pry her away from your side.
Yeah, it would be food and Mora.
Anyway, enough about that. Time for you guys to eat. Whatever your plans are after this, they'll go much better on a full stomach.
Yeah, my plans after this are delivering letters, apparently. Alright. Hear my phone ringing. Brief little pause, and then we will resume.
20 minutes later.
Just checking in on a phone call with my mom. I'm gonna have dinner with her tomorrow since it's her birthday on the 25th. Anywho, we're not signing off just yet. We're gonna do this festive event because this sounds interesting to me. You can also initiate a gift envelope creation yourself, decorate them with various motifs. Completed envelopes to your companions can also to other players. Exhibit them. Okay. Gift envelopes have been placed on the public exhibition board and can be viewed by such. Alright. Interesting. Given to your companions and other players. Giving envelopes to companions will be rewarded with special motifs. Oh, we got one from Shenha. Dear Dan, I am not well versed in writing of gift envelopes, but Master told me that I only need to offer the recipient my heartfelt blessings. As I was reading a book that Xiangling lent me a few days ago, I came across a few lines that I liked very much, so I copied them down to offer to you. Winter wanes away and drift the lanterns of spring's inception, the land beneath bathed in lush green hue. How does one part with such tender sentiments? Fine as silk threads, boundless as the ocean waves. Wish you a happy lantern rite. Oh, she's in her outfit in the little drawing. Cool. Alright. An auspicious motif. I mean, we saw where Eula was. Oh, hi, Mika. Huh. This doesn't seem right either. These gift envelopes are sure hard to make. Mika, are you making gift envelopes? Ah, Dan, what a coincidence. I wasn't expecting to see you here. You here to celebrate Lantern Rite? Oh, no. I came to deliver a letter. It just so happened to be during Lantern Rite. Clee said she really wanted a Lantern Rite gift envelope, so I thought about buying one to take back. Imagine my surprise when I found that you have to make them yourself. It's been a long time trying to make one, but it still feels off for some reason. I can't tell where I went wrong. You know more about Leeway Customs than me. Could you give me some advice on how to improve it? Let me think about it for a second. Alright, help your companions with their gift envelopes and specifications. Once the envelopes are accepted by your companion, credit process is complete. Okay, let's just go with that. Oh, it's beautiful. So well made. You did so fast. You're amazing, Dan. Oh no, I should really get going. I need to report back to the Knights. Thanks for the help, Dan. I'm sure Clee will love the envelope. Custom gift envelope number 1. Wait until 8 to 18 the next day. Fujo-Sara? I don't think I'd ever see you leave Inazuma. Huh. I should probably take a look at the other envelopes first. Oh, Dan, it's been a while. Why do you look so surprised? I just didn't expect to see a warrior like me enjoying Lantern Rite? I don't think I've ever seen you relax. The Tenryo Commission... Does she have a hangout event? I should probably do her hangout event. The Tenryo Commission bears a responsibility to the people. As a member, I cannot afford to relax most of the time. Perhaps people think of me as a single-minded warrior, completely out of place in a festive and refined neighborhood like Hanamizaka. But letting down my guard means allowing crime to slip through. That is not only a detriment to my duty, but to the atmosphere of the Hanamizaka as a whole. The most I can do is take advantage of any spare moment that comes my way. Apologies, I shouldn't talk about such serious matters during the holidays. I'm trying to make a gift envelope, but it's not quite coming together. Perhaps you could help give me some advice? Sure! Flowers. Make a lovely theme, I suspect. Let's put a little flower in your hair, too. I see, this method produced a great result. I appreciate the help. This souvenir really makes the trip worthwhile. You have my thanks, Dan. Next time I see you in Inazuma, I will treat you to a round of tea. I'll hold you to that in a 5.4.
This should be enough.
There we go.
This is for me? Thank you. This is the first time I've received something like this.
Oh god, the mic recording with the S's.
I didn't expect to run into you here. Amber and I just split up to go shopping. We're bringing back gifts for everyone at the Knights of Favonius.
What did you get?
Some small trinkets and toys. Oh, and some tea for Jean. It's from Chaoying Village.
I'm surprised to see you actually in Liyue. I don't know if I've ever seen you in Liyue before.
I heard that tea also has an energizing effect, so I thought it might be a nice change of pace for her. Still, the brewing process for this kind of tea is pretty complicated. The vendor had to spend a lot of time explaining it to me.
Uh-huh. Did you buy it from Zhongli?
Thankfully, I already knew a bit about tea etiquette, so I caught on relatively quick.
Good for you.
Here, this tea cake is for you. It's from Chaoying Village. Amber really liked it, so I decided to buy some. We're going to check out the Mingxiao Lantern later. Maybe we'll ask someone to take a picture for us. I would do it myself, but unfortunately, neither of us brought a camera.
Darn. Oh, she's like right there. She might have been in that earlier shot. Where should I go next? This whole place is so lively. There we go. Wow, a gift envelope. Thank you. I heard the people of Liyue exchanged them during Lantern Rite as blessings. It's beautiful. I'll take good care of it. Are you here for this festival specifically? Sure am. Jean said we worked really hard this year. She thinks that we all deserve a break, so she set up a rotating calendar for us to take time off. Yule and I got our turn the last couple of days. So we came to Liyue Harbor as soon as we heard about the festivities. People forget, Amber is actually from Liyue. She's not originally from Mondstadt. No lack of hustle and bustle, or fun things to do. No lack of hustle and bustle or fun things to do on the streets, huh? Yeah, we spent a lot of time roaming around the city. We just split up so we could go get souvenirs for everyone at the Knights of Favonius. I bought a ton of stuff. A fan for Jean, a teacup for Lisa, a kite for Klee. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds perfect for Klee. Oh, and this for you. Grilled tigerfish. It's super delicious. Here, try some. Just bought it, so it's still warm. Hurry before it gets cold, or I'm gonna keep shopping, okay? Fan, teacup, kite. What am I missing? All right, jewelry. Jewelry for who? Rosaria? Barbara? So Sino's out here somewhere. What are you doing by yourself over here?
Gift envelopes. Gift envelopes.
This gift envelope is for you.
Oh. Thank you. A happy Lantern Rite.
Same to you.
What's with the look on your face?
You seem quiet today.
No, not at all. I'm just following local customs.
What local customs?
Well, considering your gift, I thought it best not to push the envelope.
Oh, come on!
I hear the more envelopes you receive, the more luck you have in the new year. Do you know why?
I'm not sure I really want to ask. Okay.
Well, because when that happens, the cards are really stacked in your favor.
Well, I hope the cards are stacked in your favor this year.
Thank you, Traveler. With the way I play, always. I hear the more envelopes you receive, the more... Well, because the cards are really stacked. Thank you, Traveler.
Okay, maybe I should go check on Eula and Amber again, see if they have more dialogue. Just in case.
Too bad we didn't bring a
Too bad we didn't bring a camera. She looks so excited. Hey, you know what? We could just glide to Mondstadt right now. So if Sino's here, Tanari is also here. And we already knew Chiori was somewhere nearby. because Xiangling mentioned running into her. Where are you, Tanari? I know you're here somewhere. Oh, you're literally overlooking the water. Should I get gift envelope for you? Ah, I didn't expect to see you here, Dan. Thank you for the envelope. It's lovely. Enjoying the festival? Sino and I have had a great time. We ate a lot of delicious food and bought quite a few gifts. Unfortunately, the harbor is a little too busy this time of year. If I stay around the commotion for too long, my ears will start to hurt. So I came over here for a break. Sino said he needed to be alone for a while to think about something. He came up with another joke. You tell the Sonari all about Sino's envelope joke. No surprise there. Thanks for the warning. At least I can mentally prepare myself this time. Thanks again for the envelope. It's lovely. I'll take good care of it. Alright, you don't get any new dialogue. All that's left is Chiori. At least until they unlock more of these in a few days. Okay, she's not on the main dock. She's on one of the adjacent docks, which I was here earlier, so I might have noticed her if I was paying attention.
The design of this lantern is exquisite. Definitely worth the trip.
This is for you.
Oh, for me? Thank you. Ah, lovely detail around the border. Looks like you put a lot of care into this. Thank you. I'll take good care of it. By the way, do you know who designed this lantern?
Maybe.
It's beautiful. And the way the light shines there is so imaginative.
I was told maybe 2 hours ago.
Huh. I wonder if the design took inspiration from some of Liyue's ancient legends. I feel like I've seen a similar pattern in a book before. Oh, I'd love to speak with the person who made it. I might even get some ideas for a new collection along the way.
Wait, was it Lan Yan that made it? Am I remembering that correctly?
All right. I'm going to ask around. Huh. Which ancient legend is referenced in this design?
Tao Du. And it is nighttime. Which means, as a Liyue tradition, we will end the stream in the most cringe way I always do. Ah, she's not here. Darn. Oh, wherefore art thou? Wangshang Funeral Parlor Bench Cat Lady. Oh well. She's not here. I don't remember where she's supposed to be. Anywho, see you all in another stream. We'll continue this in another part. This has gone on a little bit longer than I expected it to. Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome back, everybody. It is January 30th, 9:02 p.m. And, unfortunately, I did just record my reaction to the Aglaea trailer, and also, unfortunately, I forgot to switch scenes, so it's just audio only. So, it's going to be too much work for me to recover the footage, so sadly that's lost to time. Very interesting trailer nonetheless. Key takeaways are the garment maker I don't believe was credited as a VA, so I'm just assuming that Aglaea's VA, Morgan Le Far, also voiced the garment maker, in which case it was a very interesting trailer if that is the case. But it just leaves me with more questions than answers. It makes me wonder how many garment makers there are. How many of them are dead? How many of them does she burn through? Does she make them? And if she does make them, is she making them loyally to her? Do they have their own personalities? Do they have free will? I don't know. These are the questions that spur through my head. There was also a lot of interesting imagery with the two blades becoming scissors, the coordination, the attacks. But anyway, That's my opinion of the Aglaea trailer. Editor me put images of that up for the Honkai Star Rail players who are watching this and actually care about that. For everyone else, this is probably just me getting ready to do more Lantern Rite stuff. So yeah, editor me cut everything else out until we get to the main story as I redeem, because I haven't logged in like 5 days. I also imagine that there's more of these that we can turn in. Oh, we got a new gift. Lan Yan. Most esteemed Dan, that disciple of mine spent 2 whole nights outside gazing up at the moon. And for all the sake of writing a single gift envelope. When I urged her to drink some tea, she very nearly ended up drinking the ink before her instead. Honestly. In any case, since she has written her letters, I too shall write one for you. Word of tireless struggles and myriad hardships that fill your days has reached one's ear. Yet Lantern Rite has come around once more to set aside your worldly burdens for a moment and soothe your spirit with a few idle cups of tea. Should any dare to trouble you, come sit before the gate of one's mountain abode. Then we shall see who still has the audacity to disturb your repose. And then we have the other one. Okay. That's nice. I'm assuming, like, they've unlocked more of these. Oh, no, they're still locked. Alright, now we just gotta wait 2 days. 1 day. 2 day. Today is the greatest day I've ever known. I'm not singing anymore. You haven't earned it. Gift envelope number 3. Talk to Dea. I mean, I guess we'll do that.
Present I want from Dad.
All from my time with the crux.
Fancy seeing you here in these parts, Dan. You must have been here for Lantern Rite too. You making a gift envelope? Yeah, I'm trying to make one for Candace. But I'm not happy with the results so far. I was just about to start from scratch. Candace not come with you? Not yet, but she'll be here. She didn't agree to come with me to Liyue at first. Said she had to stay behind to protect the village. Yeah, that does sound like her. I told her everyone deserves to let loose at the end of the year. I had to escort a caravan to Liyue anyway, so she might as well come along. Who is going to protect Ari village if she's not there? Sino and Tenari are actually in Liyue right now. I even offered some of my guys to look after the village in the meantime. Okay, so that's who's doing it. I should have just moved the text forward. But I couldn't convince her. In the end, she only changed her mind because people in the village pestered her to take time off. Even then, she still insisted on wrapping up some work first. But the caravan waits for no one, so I'm here on my own for now. It's hard to pick out a gift. There are just too many nice things to choose from around here. I ended up getting her a necklace, but then I heard about the whole gift envelope tradition during the Lantern Rite, so I decided to try making one. And well, like I said, it hasn't been going great. You don't exactly strike me as the one who's good at making things with their hands. I'm sure you know more about this than me. Can you give me some tips? No problem. Let's take a look. That's actually looking not bad, to be honest. There we go. There we go. That looks good. Ooh, looks like you got a real knack for crafts. This gift envelope is beautiful. Thank you. Guess this is like your gift to me. I don't have anything on me right now. But once I'm back at Sumner, I'll be sure to send you something in return. Now I just need to make one for Candace, so I can give it to her with the necklace. I'm sure she'll love it. Ah, that reminds me, I wonder if she's here yet. It's been a while. I mean, I guess we could do that. I wonder how short these will be after I edit them all down. Oh! Well, there's Candace.
It's been 2 whole days. Surely Hu Tao must have finished her work by now. Let's go to the funeral parlor and check.
In a minute, Paimon. We gotta say hi to Candace. Happy Lantern Rite, Dan. I heard about how you helped Dia with the gift envelope. It was beautiful, thank you. Everything settled back at the village, I'm guessing? Yes, it's all thanks to Dea and the others. I can rest a little easier knowing the village is still protected while I'm gone. Take this time to get some good rest. I will. Dea wants to visit Xiaoying village in a few days. She said the scenery is beautiful and the village is known for their tea. It's a perfect gift for people back home. I was planning to follow the tradition here and make a few gift envelopes for them. But Dea packed our schedule to the brim, and with all the running around, I'm not sure I'll have the time. Dea told me that you're good at making gift envelopes. Could you show me how to make one? Of course, just leave it to me. Man, we're helping with these envelopes more than the lady that's supposed to be doing the stand here. Let's put some green into it. Whatever. That should be good enough. So that's how it's done. This gift envelope is wonderful. Thank you. Now I just need to make a few more to give alongside the souvenirs I bought. I'm sure the people back home will love them. This one I'm keeping just for me. Okay, we will resume gift enveloping another time. Anyway, it's time to go back to Wangshang Funeral Parlor. Can't believe they got rid of my favorite NPC.
Hey there! It's us again!
Hello, you two. I'm so sorry, but if you're looking for the director, I'm afraid she still hasn't returned.
That is really odd.
What? She still isn't back after 2 whole days?
Is that normal?
Not exactly, but it's not unheard of. The director is unpredictable sometimes. She's been known to disappear for up to 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Okay, well, in that case, a couple of days isn't a huge deal. Hu Tao will be Hu Tao.
Coming? Hey, I spied the Traveler in Paimon. Man, how long's it been? Happy Lantern Rite. Yeah, I haven't seen you in exactly a year.
Oh, hey, Coming.
What are you doing here? At the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, not Leeway Harbor, I mean.
So, what brings you here?
I gotta make a delivery to Chenyu Vale. It works out nicely because my dad's eager for me to get home for the holidays anyway. So, 2 birds with 1 stone.
Hold on. A delivery from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor to Chenyu Vale? Is this for the Feiyun Commerce Guild by any chance?
Wait, what? Have you been learning fortune-telling or something? How could you know that?
No. We just ran into Xingqiu a couple of days ago, so he told us the news.
Oh, you scared me there for a second. I thought we'd sprung a leak. And on the one job that we were specifically told to be extremely hush-hush. But it sounds like you found out from another source, so we're all good. Miss Undertaker, is everything ready to be loaded up? If so, I'll do a quick inventory count and we'll be on our way.
The goods are ready for inspection. This way, please.
I'm so upset that she doesn't have a name and it's literally Fairy Lady. This NPC has been standing here for a long time, and I think I did mention on the last stream that I think that they're the ones that's following Shangli around in his trailer.
Wait, Gummy!
In his Myriad
The last we
Celestia.
heard, Baiju was still trying to figure out a way to help Xingqiu's
Character teaser,
great-grandfather.
that's the trailer
So,
I'm referring to.
Did it not work then?
Oh, the Baiju part is news to me, but anyway, Master from the Feiyun Commerce Guild said they just want to ship some items back home to get ahead of the situation. I guess they're hoping for the best and planning for the worst, so don't worry, there's still hope.
Ah, gotcha. Hey, Traveler, do you think we should go see Xingqiu?
Maybe, it's worth a shot. Before you run off on a wild goose chase, Master Xingqiu's already back home in Chenyu Vale. Xingqiu is from Chenyu Vale? He and his brother made a trip together. Something about checking if any repairs are needed in the family home.
That doesn't sound promising.
Let's check with Baiju.
Yeah, he's sure to know what's going on.
Alright, we better get moving. Next time, we're going for dim sum. I haven't had dim sum in like forever. Oh, there's Baiju right there.
Baiju, what are the chances? We were just about to go looking for you.
A most curious coincidence. He was searching for you, too.
I was indeed. Traveler, there's a situation I need your help with.
Has his lordship taken a turn for the worse?
No, his condition is stable for now. This is a different situation. It's about Chi-Chi.
What about Chi-Chi?
Chi-Chi? What's wrong with her? Has she passed out too?
She still hasn't come back from her herb gathering trip. It was 2 days ago that she left.
Oh, that is bad.
And she was supposed to return the same day.
Oh, maybe all the mountain climbing slowed her down. Or maybe she got bored of work and turned it into a vacation.
Given Chi-Chi's unique condition, we always make sure to write the agreed return time in her notebook.
There's also a rule in the notebook which says not finding herbs, okay. Getting home late, not okay. But now she's over a day late and still no signs of herbs.
Yikes! Has this ever happened before?
I hope not. Never. Hence our concern that something has happened to her. So we posted a commission at the Adventurers Guild yesterday.
But I've dealt with many adventurers in the past, and they don't always fill me with confidence. So I'm not comfortable leaving the search for Chi-Chi to them alone.
I'll go look for Chi-Chi. It only took me like 2 years of playing the game until I finally pulled one. And I never lost a 50-50 to Chi-Chi. I actually pulled her off the standard banner, for those who are curious. Neither am I. Just this morning, some adventurers were back already saying that they found the place Chi-Chi went missing, but got spooked because it was haunted. Needless to say, they did not catch a glimpse of Chi-Chi herself.
In short, right now, you are the only person I feel I can trust completely.
I'm sure there are others, but I'm glad that you came to me regardless. Where'd you send her to go herb gathering?
Wuwang Hill, in the Qingsa mountain range.
Uh-oh. I know that. I'm familiar with that region.
Qingsa again, huh?
Indeed. It's looking increasingly likely that something untoward has happened up there. I saw 2 new patients yesterday. Their symptoms were identical to those present in Timaeus and his lordship.
We can discuss that later. Right now we should go.
Yep, finding Chi-Chi is the #1 priority right now. We'll update you as soon as we can.
Thank you both. I'm counting on you.
Funeral Parlor has no master. Using Terrace calls the troops. That's a very ominous mission title. Go to Wuwang Hill. So she went missing over here, huh?
Is it just Paimon, or is this place creepier than ever? Paimon really hopes Chi-Chi's okay.
Fend off the monsters.
Transfixed.
Why do they have a weird aura on them?
Look! It's another one of Lan Yan's rattan figures! Does that mean she's been here?
Probably. And likely with Hu Tao.
Just what are they up to? Oh, Paimon's got it! They came here to go ghost hunting! The people from the Adventurers Guild did say Wuwang Hill was haunted. Hu Tao knows all about ghosts, and Lan Yan's rattan figures have all those witness sigils on them. So she must know what she's doing too!
And what happened to Chi-Chi?
One second, Oh, okay. Hear Paimon out. Chi-Chi's a zombie, so her joints are stiff. That means she can't run too fast, and so she must have gotten kidnapped by a ghost.
Perfectly logical argument, but somehow still not very credible.
All right then. Well, let's keep looking for clues. We'll see who's right soon enough.
I feel like the first half of your argument was sound. It was the second half that was like, what?
Huh? What was that sound?
I didn't hear anything. I think that's a frog.
Ghost incoming!
From where? Yalan! Hold up, it's me. You're right, Paimon, there was a ghost.
Yalan!
The Black Ops variety.
We were told this place was haunted. Well, guess it kinda was, just not by ghosts, apparently.
That's right, I managed to scare off a few rookie adventurers, but you did scare them off. Oh, for crying out loud. Well, it looks like you're not too easy to spook. Anyway, don't go any further. There's danger up ahead.
But we have to find Chi-Chi. She went missing around here, and she could be in danger.
I am aware of the situation. My contacts in the Adventurers Guild filled me in. I found an herb gatherer basket partway up the mountain, possibly belonging to Chi-Chi, but I don't think she's here anymore.
What makes you so sure?
Because I scoured this whole place looking for clues. That's how I know that the immediate area is safe. But beyond this point, I can't be sure. So you're here to look for Chi-Chi as well? No, I'm investigating the unknown disturbance here. About a month ago, the Ministry of Civil Affairs noticed an unusual spike in the number of elderly people seeking medical care in Qingse Village. Plus, they all seem to be suffering from an unknown illness.
Baiju noticed that too. He's convinced that something's up in Qingse Village.
Actually, we discovered that the source of the problem isn't Qingse Village itself, but where we are now, Wuwang Hill. The village isn't far from here. The elderly residents are particularly vulnerable, which is why they have borne the brunt of it.
The plot thickens.
Bet Hu Tao and Lan Yan knew something.
Probably. If only we knew where the heck they'd gone.
I might have some idea.
Really? So where are they?
Somewhere difficult to reach. For now, you should come with me. I need to speak with Ningguang.
What? Why?
Ningguang? Don't act so surprised. I just shared top secret information with you. Surely you didn't think I would let you walk away.
What are you gonna do?
What are you two afraid of? I'm kidding. Ningguang is well aware of the situation with Director Hu. And everything I've seen suggests that Lan Yan and Chi-Chi have ended up in the same place as her. Come on, Ningguang will explain everything. Cool. I feel left in the dark. Oh no, little Nine's here. I'm gonna walk the other way.
This shall
Oops.
not be my fate.
In the past, I would have said, no way. I mean, I'd be happy to join you. But I'm not about to tell my crew that we won't get to go home for the festival this year. That all goes without saying. Unlike what I hoped you're going to say next. Aha, so you have a way with words. Alright, fine, it's a yes. The Gate of Fright, Guyun Stone Forest, eh? I'll handle it. I knew I could count on the great Captain Beto to answer the call of duty. Save the compliments. Just make sure you pay my crew properly. It's Lantern Rite, so we'll be expecting 5 times our usual rate. Huh, the deal is sealed, and then the trap is sprung. Well, you've got me now. So what about your share, How much will that rob me of? Ah, please. Firstly, no one can rob the Tijuan. Not even me. And secondly, keep my share as a gift to you. Go buy yourself a new hairpin with it. Saves me a trip to the market, right? These two are totally dating. You cannot convince me otherwise. Why else would, like, the government official just let a pirate do whatever she wants? Oh, hey, Dan and Paimon.
Ahoy there, Captain Beto!
Ahoy! Ah, little Paimon. That bright-eyed enthusiasm is exactly what Ningguang needs. She's conscripting you, by the way. Got some real back-breaking work lined up for you.
What?
Sorry. I gotta dash. See you around, folks. And just like that, she's gone. Oh yeah, and happy Lantern Rite. She's on the list of people that we can give an envelope to, if I remember correctly. Yalan clearly knows me well. She's brought you two here without me needing to say a word. Beta said you were conscripting us? Beta never passes on an opportunity to wisecrack at my expense. She's not exactly wrong, though, is she? Dan and Paimon have actually been there before. That makes them perfect candidates. Been where?
Been where? Where's there?
I know you're looking for someone, and I don't wish to waste your time, so I'll get right to the point. From what I understand, Director Hu Tao, Miss Chi-Chi, and Miss Lan Yan are currently stranded inside the border. Ah! That place from Hu Tao's character story. Man, I feel sorry for anyone who hasn't done that yet.
Border? The border? That border?
Yes, that border. The border between life and death.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! When did you find out about the border? Wait, and how did you know we'd been there before?
That's probably why Hu Tao had a meeting with them the other day. Come on.
Oh, right. Literally your job to know that kind of stuff. Fair enough. Good job.
I'm just assuming Hu Tao told them. How are you so sure that they're at the border? Time is limited, so I can't go into full detail, but let me give you a brief background of the current situation. 1 month ago, the Ministry of Civil Affairs became aware of unusual illness affecting Aglaea and Qingse. A couple of weeks later, Director Hu came to report with a potential disturbance in the border. The Ministry of Civil Affairs investigated, and sure enough, found an ominous presence on Wuwang Hill. Then 3 days ago, Hu Tao came to us again, this time with an update that she was now ready to go to the border and investigate the situation in full. We had agreed to meet again yesterday, but she failed to show up. That's when I sent Yulan to investigate further. Director Hu's last known location was Wuwang Hill. Same goes for Chi-Chi and Lan Yan. I'm about 90% sure that all three of them are stuck in the border. That's a pretty high percentage of sureness.
If even Hu Tao can't get out, there must be something seriously wrong.
Yeah, I bet it has something to do with that tree. What was it, Daotu? Now that you know the situation, are you willing to travel to the border and rescue Hu Tao and company? Your prior experience exploring the realms makes you our best hope.
Of course! If our friends are in trouble, we'll help however we can. But there's one problem. Last time we went to the border, Hu Tao led the way. We don't know how to get there on our own.
I'm guessing Ningguang has already thought of that. You can seek assistance from the Conqueror of Demons at Wangshu Inn. I mean, I said we would run into Xiao eventually, right? He will show you the way.
Oh, Xiao, of course!
Yulan was preparing to travel to the border herself before you two entered the picture, so naturally he has been briefed on the situation. Understood, we'll be heading out right away. This rescue mission is of the utmost importance. Director Hu must be brought back safe and sound. Oh, I just realized that the quest mission makes sense now. Then I'll wait here for good news. You got lucky. If I'd gone, I don't know what my chances would have been. But don't go putting your feet up just yet, Yulan. I'm afraid I have another mission for you. Yeah, I figured that might be the case. What's the situation? The Gate Array. We found the locations of the Gates of Life, Concealment, Fright, and Injury. Is that right? Kaching and Ganyu are handling the Gates of Life and Concealment. Captain Beidou has agreed to take the Crux Feet to guard the Gate of Fright. That leaves the Gate of Injury. I've racked my brains, and other than the Conqueror of Demons, I can't think of anyone more suitable than this one than you. Oh. I see. It's in the chasm? That's right. As for the remaining 4 gates, we are working to calculate their positions based on what we know of the array so far. It shouldn't take long now. When I last saw Director Hu, she said that if worse comes to worse, activating the 7 and 8 gate array will be our only option. But if you have doubts, I would like to hear them. I don't know much about this magic array, but doesn't it involve obfuscating one of the people involved? That's right, the butterfly sacrifices themselves in that story. That's what troubles me too. Let's continue this discussion another time. No, this is important to have this discussion now. Someone might die. I don't know if I have any almond tofu. Oh, just standing right there.
Xiao, you're already here.
I was almost always here. It's you two. Where's Yalan? There's been a change of plan. Do you have any idea how dangerous this mission is?
We'll be fine. Danger's never stopped the Traveler before, has it?
Yeah, we just fought, like, in the Abyss, like, a couple days ago, and fought Gasoithoth. The border between life and death is a treacherous place. At the best of times, and the recent disturbances will only make it more so. You will face great peril at every step of the way. There are people stranded there, and we have to get them back.
Exactly. Plus, we made a promise to Ningguang.
Please go back and tell them to send Yalan instead. Oof.
What? Are we not good enough?
We've been there before. I'd feel more comfortable sending Yalan. She's privy to the secret art practiced by her clan. Plus, she has extensive experience in battle. If anything was to happen to the Traveler...
Oh, so you're just worried for his safety. Wait, but he has extensive experience in battle too.
Yeah, we just beat Gasoithoth. I totally did 50% of the work. Totally. You don't quote me on that, though.
Come on, think of something.
Promise Shangli we would go... Oh, come on, don't lie.
Huh? What do you...
Show the Rex coin.
Oh, yeah. So, this is a protective talisman that Zhongli gave us. It even has the symbol of Rex Lapis on it, see? He said we'd better get Hu Tao back, safe and sound, or there will be consequences.
That was a funny impression of Keith Silverstein, but I don't believe it. I can see through those lies. Your attempts to mislead me are futile. That coin is clearly counterfeit. It carries only the symbol of Rex Lapis and none of his power.
Oh, drat! Zhongli swindled us!
What's worrying you, Xiao? I fear the bad karma I carry would only disturb the border further. So while I can show you the entrance, I cannot venture inside with you.
Oh, so that's what this is about? You're worried that you won't be able to rescue us if something bad happens, huh? Paimon can understand, but still.
I'm not the one you should be worried about.
Right! Hu Tao understands the border better than anyone. Without her, no one has a clue how to handle this situation.
Yeah, she's not exactly old enough to have passed this on to a successor or an apprentice yet. What about Big G? Man, it's been so long since I've done Hu Tao's mission. Plus, we've been there before.
Yep, that makes us the second most experienced border goers after Hu Tao.
Dare to trust us. Ah. Very well then. Hold tight. Back to Wuwang Hill.
Whoa, that was fast.
The border should be nearby.
So, do you know the spell to open the border?
No. Balancing the forces of life and death has always been the Wangcheng Funeral Parlor's domain. I'm not familiar with their craft. But since the border has been disrupted, fetor is leaking out. We simply need to find where the leak is, and that will be your entrance. Evil conquering.
That was amazing! So you can see fetor?
With my Adeptus perception, I can sense the presence of the abnormal. Whether it's fetor or not, we shall see soon enough. Let's go. Oh, sweet. We get a permanent,
Useless. Boring.
we get a permanent, ult to Xiao for this. Oh, this is the ball of fetor. Okay. Hop, jump. Hop, jump.
Here.
Pogo Man to the rescue. Okay, so where's the fetter now? Ah, it's over here. Is this the this is the place.
Looks like it was Fetter you saw back there after all.
As I said earlier, this is as far as I can accompany you, or risk doing more harm than good. You'll be on your own for here. Don't worry, we'll be okay. In your head in for a second. Oh, what's happening? Ooh. Kavirudhaka? Huh.
Huh? What did you do?
I placed a witness sigil on your forehead, so you can share my powers of perception. Now you'll be able to see the fetter. There's no knowing what things are like in there, but hopefully this will help. When you find them, call my name. I will open a passage and pull you out.
Thanks, Xiao. You've thought of everything. Back in a jiffy.
Back in a jiffy indeed. Be extremely careful. Alright, border. Enter the border. Level 88. Recommended elements? Doesn't say, so we'll just run in with this team. Yeah, it's under-leveled, but we have a fully leveled and built-out volcano. I don't think I need anything else.
Paimon kinda recognizes this place from last time, but something feels different.
Man, I have to go back and look at my footage because I do not remember this place at all. I just remember that it loops in a... It loops, and that if you go in a... It'll run in circles if you don't solve the puzzle. Find 3 people who are trapped. Attack the fetter. Okay.
Overruled. The night is cold.
Nothing to see here.
The path ends here. Should we jump down? Isn't that how we did it last time?
I think so. Should we be following the dangerous fetter?
Huh. We're nearly at the end, right? How come we still haven't found them yet?
Because it
Also,
loops.
it's kind of hard to tell that there's been a huge disaster here. It seems just as serene as last time. Maybe try using Xiao's ability.
I don't see anything. Oh, yeah, that doesn't look good. Aha, there it is.
Hey, that's one of Madame Lan's rattan figures! It just ran away! Let's go after it!
Where do you think you're hiding?
The rattan figure is covered in fetter! How did that happen? Let's see if there are any more.
That's another one.
Why would Madame Lan leave her rattan figures here? It's like she's using them to cast some sort of spell. Well, if there's two, Paimon bets there's gotta be more.
The rule of threes. Ah, right there. Can you stop running away, please? That was a waste of time. Is this the tree of the dew tree that was mentioned in the story?
Ah! What's going on? Where is this? Oh, is this what the border actually looks like now? It's horrific. Get ready to jump again.
Yeah, it looks a lot worse. Thank you, treasure chest, for letting me know where the ground is. Ooh, it's a precious chest. Free stuff. Okay. I'm sleepy. Don't fall asleep, Chi-Chi. You've already absorbed too much fetter. If you fall asleep, you'll never wake up again. But so sleepy.
Focus on my voice, Chi-Chi. You are not feeling sleepy. You are the most awake person in the whole world. Even if everyone else falls asleep, you are going to stay wide awake.
Whole world asleep. Chi-Chi awake. That was impressive. I didn't know hypnotism worked in reverse.
Even so, it doesn't really solve anything.
Get it? Because normally hypnotism is you are very, very sleepy. You are very, very awake. Hang in there. I'm close to figuring out how to get to the exit. Want to close my eyes and dream.
Fight it, Chi-Chi. Fight it.
Dream, huh? Alright, Chi-Chi, let me help you with that. Now listen closely. This is how your dream is going to go. Picking herbs in the blazing sun, Chi-Chi wipes her brow. Picking herbs, Chi-Chi. She finds a temple on a hill and goes to seek the Tao. Temple, hill. An old priest greets her at the door. Surprise, her name's Hu Tao. Hu Tao? She grabs young Chi-Chi with both hands and buries her deep underground. By Rex Lapis, she'll never be found. Don't bury me. Help. Not so sleepy now, are ya? No, wide awake with fright. Was that a glitch?
Drat! Hu Tao, we've got a problem. Somehow they've broken through my illusion.
They? The monsters, you mean? Monsters.
Don't be afraid, Chi-Chi. We'll protect you.
Ah, so those were what the rotten figures were doing. They were protecting you from the monsters. Oh, we done goofed.
Hotel, Madame Lan, Chi-Chi! Oh, thank goodness we finally found you.
What the? Oh, so it was you guys. Dan, Paimon.
Oh, you frightened me for a second. I thought my illusion had been undone by a bunch of monsters. How did you find this place?
Let me guess, the Chieshuan sent you? I knew she'd act if I missed our meeting.
Wow, so Hu Tao really planned ahead. She knew someone would come after her.
It's dangerous here. Time to get out.
It's not as simple as that. This place is changing constantly. Director Who has found the exit plenty of times, but it would always close before we can get to it.
Well, we have someone on the outside waiting to open it.
Don't worry, we've got you covered.
Ciao! Can he hear us? I don't know if he can hear us. You found them? Oh, the Conqueror of Demons is coming. Why, thank you. No need. I'll open a passage now. Monsters.
Drat! They must have sensed the new way out.
Huh. Let them come. It's their funeral. Courtesy of Director Who. This will take me a minute or so.
Hurry, we gotta fend them off.
I'll help too. Alright. Do we get a whole party of guest characters? We do. Oh, actually, no, we don't get a whole party of guest characters. I just lost the party I had. So what does Lan Yan do?
Up and away! Ills be gone!
I actually don't know what you do. Normal attack, animo damage, consume certain amount, deal animo damage, so you're a catalyst user, that makes sense. Talent. Or what's your talent? When Lan Yan is in the party, your characters will not startle crystal flies. Cool. Elemental skill, Swallow Wisp, Pinion Dance, and Elemental Burst, Lustrous Moonrise, deal increased damage, equal to 309% and 774% of Lan Yan's elemental mastery, respectively. So she's an EM character. 4 Sealing Divination Charms. When the dash from the elemental skill, Swallow Wisp, Pinion Dance hits a target, if it interacts with Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, Electro, the Swallow Wisp shield will undergo elemental absorption. Additionally, the use of Swallow Wisp Draft Hands causes the Swallow Wisp shield to undergo elemental absorption. Feathermoon rings that Lan Yan throws at her foes additionally deal elemental damage equal to 50% of the original corresponding elemental type. That's pretty neat. Lustrous Moonrise. Lan Yan creates a Feathermoon Swallow array, pulling nearby opponents in and damaging. So it's like Sucrose mixed with, I don't know, I guess Carrara, maybe? Summon forth the Swallow Wisp shield. Secret passed down. Contact with the target will leap back into the air. Swallow Wisp shield's damage absorption scales based on the attack and has 250% efficiency against animo damage. So yet another shielder. I mean, she might be worth building for my Arlecchino.
See?
Time to go!
I didn't realize that we were on a timer. When Zhao said that it'd take a minute, Zhao meant that it would take a minute.
You see, Xiao? Told you we'd be fine.
I'm glad you made it out.
Excuse me, sir, but are you the legendary conqueror of demons?
You may spare the formalities. Is everyone okay? We're alright, but Chi-Chi absorbed a little bit too much fetter. Start from the beginning. What exactly happened? I was picking herbs, and then I saw a hole. I tried to block the hole, but instead, I fell in.
There's clearly something special about Chi-Chi. If I'd absorbed that much fetter, I don't think I'd still be around to tell the tale.
Well, Chi-Chi is dead, so there is that. Chi-Chi's condition is certainly unique, but regardless, it was still a risky call.
Well then, let's get her to Boo Boo Pharmacy, shall we?
I'll take her. Your work is still not done. You should return to Yujing Terrace. Are you sure you should take her? I thought you didn't want to interfere with Fetter, because of your bad karma.
Oh, true. We shouldn't keep Ningguang waiting any longer. She's probably as stressed as a slime in a hot spring by this point, right?
What kind of slime in a hot spring? A cryo slime in a hot spring? I highly
Okay,
doubt it.
well, we can discuss that later. Let's just head back.
Man, there's been a lot of characters involved in this, which is why I can understand so many people are upset about the lack of EN voice acting. But that's what happens when people don't want to negotiate with the voice actors. You don't get voice actors. I solely put all this blame on the recording studios that didn't want to agree with the terms of the VGA. Or the, sorry, not the VGA, SAG-AFTRA. Isn't it the map that's normally in her office?
Ningguang! We got everyone back safely!
Impressive work. You were even quicker than I expected.
Paimon thought you'd be super anxious having to wait for us here at Yujing Terrace, but you seem as calm as ever.
See, you thought she'd be hopping around like a slime. Heh, if I can't trust you, then I really don't know who I can turn to. My apologies, Lady Tichuan. I promise I'm not usually late for appointments, let alone by a whole day. Hope you can understand. No apology necessary, Director Who. It was my mistake letting you go to the border by yourself. Don't say that. Even I didn't think the situation would get this bad. Yeah, thank you for letting us finally be in the loop. How bad is this bad? I'd like to know, too, how dangerous is the situation we face? And how does it compare to previous cases? Way worse. Like, way, way worse.
Huh? So this isn't the first time? I've never heard of this happening before.
Well, don't forget, the border isn't part of the natural landscape. It's more like an old house that's gradually falling apart. So it requires maintenance every once in a while. Sometimes every few centuries, sometimes every other decade or so. And of course, that is the responsibility of the Wangshuang Funeral Parlor. In the past, though, the worst it got was a few small fetter leaks. That's an easy fix with our secret art. It burns away all the burns it all away, no problem. This time is different. Inside the border, it's like the whole world is turned upside down. Do you have any idea what the cause might be? Not so far, no. Maybe it's the Abyss? I doubt it. I haven't found any traces of abyssal activity.
You're thinking about Natlan, right? It did feel kind of similar, but not exactly the same. Is Lile's border anything like the Night Kingdom in Natlan?
That is a good question, Paimon, and it's a question that everyone has had on their minds ever since we got to Natlan and saw the Night Kingdom. Yes, I've heard a little bit about the crisis there, but as far as I understand, the Night Kingdom is a true realm of the dead, while the border is more of a boundary world between life and death. Interesting, interesting, interesting. There we go. I just want to adjust my chair. Yep, it's a demarcation line. Life on side. Life on side. Life on one side. I feel like there's a missing word there. Life on one side, death on the other. So if the border fails, souls will pour out. And the whole thing becomes a chaotic mix of life and death. Just like what happened all those millennia ago.
No wonder so many people have been aging faster than normal.
It's a symptom of death encroaching on the world of the living. Ooh, so aging and death are the same thing, technically, then? That's kind of good to know.
Then what should we do now?
Burning away the fetter won't do any good, because the issue is the border itself. Lady Tiajuan, any progress on the 7 and 8 gates method I mentioned last time? Yes, we deduced locations of 4 of the gates, and we should be able to pinpoint the rest of the array before long. Whoa, already? Tichuan doesn't mess around. Several strokes of luck were involved. Our nation is blessed with good fortune.
Wait a second. That gates method you mentioned. Are you talking about the one from the sanctification of Tao Du?
That's the one. You've seen the state of the border. I can't think of any other way to fix it besides a complete do-over.
Do-over? You mean make a whole new border?
No, not the whole border. Just the part that's been giving us grief. Which is just as well reconstructing the whole thing. Just as well, reconstructing the whole thing would be much more difficult. What is the 7 and 8 gates method? The 8 gates refer to the 8 key nodes of Liwei's ley lines. Life, death, repose, concealment, initiation, terrain, fright, and injury. They can be used to direct the ley line's energy. This is a lot of really crazy stuff that should have been a main story quest and maybe should not have been a time-limited event. Man, I'm still upset that these events are time-limited.
And the 7?
That's the requirement for activating the array. The array master will select one gate from the 8 to subdue evil, cutting off the exit path by using the ley line's power to obfuscate themselves.
What do you mean, obfuscate?
Obscure?
As in, disappear from the ley lines completely, never to be seen again, taking the banished evil along with them.
That sounds bad.
So someone has to die for this to work? But you can't seriously be considering this.
Well, that was the method to create an entire border from scratch. If we're doing it only to do a part of the border, it won't be completely the same, right? Yeah, no, don't worry, that's the traditional interpretation, but people just assume that that's because the lone butterfly sacrificed herself. Let's not forget, the way we're purifying... They were purifying a whole god. As bad as things are now, it's still a far cry from what they had to deal with. Besides, the border isn't completely ruined, so we're only fixing part of it. If you ask me, as long as the Array Master can withstand a huge blast of fetter, they'll be just fine. Oh, do you have any proof to back up this statement, Director Who? My proof is that I know the most about life and death about everybody here. Unless anyone wants to dispute that. Okay, I'll put my hand down. I don't know. I think that all of our experience in the Night Kingdom probably puts us on the chopping block for a contender for that title. No one? Okay, good. Looks like we're all in agreement. In that case, we can plan our next steps as soon as the Tianchuan has found the remaining 4 gates. Director Who? Something to add, Lady Tianchuan? No, there's something else I'd like to ask about, but it might not be my place to do so. If you do not wish to answer, then please pretend that I have never said anything. Sure. What is it? Do you believe that today's border crisis would have anything to do with Wuwang Hill disaster from over a decade ago? What was the disaster a decade ago?
Huh? There was a disaster at Wuwang Hill? What happened?
Is that why there's a whole destroyed village in there?
Some sort of natural disaster, wasn't it? There used to be a village there, but then there was a flood or something. It took a lot of lives, and all the survivors moved away. But that doesn't explain how Wuwang Hill became the dark and gloomy place it is today. Maybe there was more to it.
So we're only just now addressing the fact that Wuwang Hill is a spooky place where ghosts are walking around. Whew. No, Lady Tianchuan, I don't think the two events are related. Hu Tao seems really relieved there for some reason. There's more she's not telling us. Excellent. Well, that puts my mind at ease. Everyone, let's meet again in 2 days. We should know the locations of all the gates by then. Alright, well, I still got a lot of preparations to make, so I'll be heading back to the funeral parlor for now.
Sounds good. If we're all done here, I'd better get going too.
We still don't really know what your involvement in all of this is, Lan Yan.
Wait, Lan Yan, I'm meant to ask, how did you know where to find Hu Tao? Did you already know something was wrong with the border?
Oh, that. Yeah, I definitely owe you an explanation.
Thank God we're finally in the loop.
Why don't you meet me at the Adventurers Guild later? I just need to write a letter to my family first. I want to let them know I'm fine. And I also have some questions I want to ask them.
Your family?
Alright, then we'll see you at the Adventurers Guild.
It's bothering you, Ningguang. The Wuong Hill disaster has always haunted me. Still, if Director Hu says the incidents are unrelated, I probably shouldn't pry any further. I'm 100% sure these incidents are related. Because it seemed to me like Hu Tao was dodging the question there.
Traveler! Paimon! Over here! Perfect timing. I literally just posted my letter. Anyway, back to your question. Let me guess. You're probably thinking I predicted the border crisis with some kind of mysterious magic.
I don't know how you... I don't think you predicted it. I just think you knew.
Well, yeah. Aren't the Lons of Chen Yu Vale all experts at Qi-Man divination or something?
I just assumed you noticed something.
No, that's simply not true. Yes, the Qi-Man arts have been practiced in my clan for many generations. And yes, Wind Reader is listed as one of our ancestors in the genealogy. But my family are only distant relatives. We branched off from the main family line long ago. By my grandpa's generation, the only Qi-Man he knew was a few parlor tricks. Put it like this. My grandpa makes a living telling fortunes in Yilong Wharf. But I'm making more than him just selling my handmade arts and crafts.
Huh. So why exactly did you come to look for Hu Tao?
That is what I wanted to know.
Because Grandpa's readings have gone sideways recently. The romance and career fortunes are doing okay. But when it comes to longevity, everyone's readings suddenly saying they only have a few years left to live.
Yipes.
It gave Grandpa quite a fright.
Quick, look at my lifeline. It's shrinking.
Fearing backlash from his clients, he closed shop and shut himself away at home, trying to divine an answer to the strange readings. But after days and nights of divination, the only clue he got was Wangshang Funeral Parlor. Right around that time, I happened to receive an invitation from the Ministry of Civil Affairs to organize a street fair. So I figured I might as well drop by the funeral parlor to see what Director Hu might know about all this.
Oh. Wait, so your grandpa's divinations were correct all along, weren't they?
Oh, what patch is he becoming playable in?
Affected by the border crisis, and Wangshang Funeral Parlor was the answer, because they could fix it.
It's certainly looking that way. Apparently every soul in Liyue is now living under the creeping shadow of death. But so far, we are the only ones in the know.
I think it's time to move.
Wait, that's the one I left at Miss Ying'ar's shop. It's
I have another question. What's the deal with the rattan figure?
engraved with an exorcism sigil to absorb inauspicious energy in their owner's place, so they won't come to harm.
Yep, it's a protection charm in a way.
I had no idea you'd been holding on to it all this time. I guess it was meant to be. You're more than welcome to keep it if you like. When I first arrived at Liyue Harbor, I passed by a large house and felt a chill go down my spine. So I made a rattan figure and gave it to the young master there.
That was Xingqiu.
Later on, I also sent something similar around to Timaeus. So I made another one, and left it at Scent of Spring. Then I followed Director Hu to Wuong Hill, only to find she disappeared without a trace. While I was searching the area, I found Miss Chi-Chi. She was stuck in some kind of crevice, and she seemed to be blocking something from coming through. When I tried to pull her out, we both got pulled into a cold, dark place, which I soon discovered was the border. We wandered around aimlessly for a while, until we ran into Director Hu. She'd lit some incense, and was burning Feder left and right with a flaming staff.
Yep, that sounds like her.
But there was just too much. There was no way she could hope to get rid of it all. Worse still, the Feder blocked off the way we'd come in, trapping us inside. Thank goodness you came to our rescue.
All we really did was find you. Zhao did all the heavy lifting.
Whew, what an ordeal. Still, your family sounds more impressive than you let on. Didn't you use some kind of illusion magic in the border?
We don't need to recap that, Paimon. We already know.
Yes. Actually, that and the rattan figures are things I learned from one of my cousins in the main branch of my family. She's been practicing the Chiman art since she was little. She's also the one I posed some questions to in my letter back home.
Questions about the 7 and 8 gates method?
Wow! Good guess. Yes, I want to know for sure whether sacrificing one of the participants is a necessary part of the method or not. I figured she might know.
Huh? But Hu Tao already told us it won't come to that. She said we just need to make sure the person can withstand a strong blast of fetter.
But can they withstand a strong blast of fetter?
I certainly hope that's true, but I can't help but feel uneasy about it. I haven't known Director Hu for long, but I get the sense that she prefers to keep the truth bottled up sometimes. Sure, she talks a lot, and isn't afraid to broach dark and uncomfortable topics, but she really hasn't said much in the way of her own private thoughts. It's like she's already got a plan, and is keeping it to herself.
Yeah, that does sound like her.
You mean, you think she lied to us?
I mean, I do. I think she lied.
I wouldn't call it lying per se, but remember when the Tianquan asked about the incident at Wuwang Hill from a decade ago?
Yep. Hu Tao said that it doesn't have anything to do with what's happening now. Are you saying they actually are related?
It absolutely has to be. Do you know anything about what happened back then, Lan Yan?
I just heard that there was a flood. But given everything that's going on, I think it likely had to do with the border as well. That would at least explain the strange weather going on at Wuwang Hill.
Yeah, it gets dark there, in broad daylight.
I remember my cousin saying that around that time, the Wangsheng funeral parlor set up an altar on top of the hill. I just assumed it was for a funeral. But now, I can't help but wonder if it was some sort of ritual to try and fix the border. Anyway, the ceremony
That's the altar
was
from Hu
hosted
Tao's
jointly
trailer.
by two former directors of the Wangsheng funeral parlor, namely Hu Tao's father and grandfather.
I thought Hu Tao's father went to become a doctor and gave up being a director.
Oh, really? Hu Tao's never mentioned her dad to us before. How strange. So you think there's more to this story, huh?
Anyway, that's a thumbnail right there. Always got to keep an eye out for those CGs.
Yeah, but since she brushed it aside when the Tianquan asked her about it, I don't see how I can broach the topic. I've only known her for a few days.
I guess we should go talk to Hu Tao ourselves.
Huh? You think we should ask her about it? But she's never opened up to us about family stuff before. What if she shuts us out?
I think we should talk to Baiju, to be honest. And that's her choice. All we can do is try. Then you can keep poking her until she tells us the truth.
Hey, that isn't very nice. All right, let's go find her and take it from there.
I hope my family will write back to me soon.
Me too. I need that information on that 8 trigrams, 64 palms. I stares at the cat lady is still not back.
Hotel!
Man, Paimon, what's up? You haven't spoken in 5 minutes and you're missing me already?
Yep, so we thought we'd come hang out with you. What were you looking at just now?
Something so amazing you wouldn't believe it, but I'm not showing you. Why, is it a secret photo of me? Seriously though, you probably shouldn't joke about that. You don't want to jinx it. Jinx it how? Well, the people in this picture keep appearing in my dreams lately, and none of them are around anymore. So keeping you out of the picture is probably for the best. Alright, I'll quit joking around here. Take a look.
Huh? Wait, are they?
It's a family photo. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's super cute. Screen cap that. Why is all of the art in this specific mission? She was an adorable little child. I bet she was even more of a menace to society than she is now. It's my dad and my grandpa. Without this picture, I'd probably have forgotten what my dad looked like by now. When he passed, I was still too young to understand what was going on. Everything I know about my dad I learned from my grandpa. So what happened to him? There was a border incident on Wuwang Hill about a dozen years ago. My dad tried using the art of Homa to burn away the fetter, but he slipped up and suffered a lethal exposure to it. He died on the spot.
That's awful. So, is that what made Wuwang Hill the way it is today?
Yep, his mistake didn't cost him his own life. It took most of the village out, and left lasting changes on Wuwang Hill itself. Thankfully, my grandpa managed to deal with the fallout. But that's not to say he escaped unscathed. He didn't even make it to 60 before he passed. So your grandpa was affected by the incident with your dad? Well, he never admitted it, of course, but given how fit and healthy he was before that, I would have expected him to have at least a few more years in him.
Sounds like you blame your dad for all this.
I don't... All we know about her dad is what we learned from Baiju's character story. How could I not? It would be one thing if he was just a spoiled brat who never amounted to anything, but he was a genius. He was, and still is, the best spellcaster in our family for generations. Grandpa always called me gifted for mastering the Wangsheng arts by the age of 8. But by the time my dad was 8, he was already hosting rituals and incinerating fetter all by himself. Fixing the border crisis should have been a piece of cake for him. And he messed up. Who else is there to blame if not him? There could have been outside interference. There's a whole mess of things that could have happened.
But maybe the question is, why did he mess up?
Yeah, something might have happened. Because he was an unworthy director. Every past director has burned away all of their belongings when they pass on, leaving at most 1 or 2 items behind. My grandpa, for example, left only his hat behind. My dad, he left a whole pile of stuff, including this meaningless picture.
But doesn't that show how much he cared?
That sounds like a horrible thing, destroying everything. No, all it shows is that he was unable to let go. And the fact that he couldn't let go is precisely why he failed during that ritual. I don't know, you weren't there. He was too attached to his aging father, his young daughter, and the world where we are all together. That's why he hesitated in that final moment, because he was afraid to die. He lost focus, and death won, taking his life and many others. In this line of work, we know better than anyone how hard letting go can be. We see it all the time, but as funeral directors, it's the one thing we cannot allow ourselves to fall victim to. Like Grandpa always said, we should live life and die in death. That's the whole basis of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's existence. Unfortunately, with my dad, these teachings went in one ear and out the other. He really let everyone down.
You don't need to be so hard on him. Sure, he made a mistake, but he can't have meant for things to turn out this way.
Didn't we learn in Baiju's character story that her dad actually went to train under Shangzhong? I thought he died from that. You're missing the point, my little Paimon. It's precisely because he's my dad that I choose to not hold back. There isn't a father in the world who would disapprove of their daughter being outspoken, because the father's biggest fear is that once he's not around anymore, his daughter will never get to be that carefree. Will never get to be that carefree, sassy little kid ever again. So I'm going to keep talking trash about him all I want. And on the off chance he ever overhears me, I know he'll take some comfort in knowing that I never stopped. Just being myself and living life my way. Anyway, so that's a brief history of Wulong Hill for you. Anything else on the agenda? Thank you for being so open with us. Did you think that I'd hide it from you? Nah, we're better buds than that. Plus, you did rescue me from the border, so I owe you big time. Answering your question seems like the least I can do.
Alright, in that case, Paimon has one last question. Earlier, you said that no one will have to die when the array is activated. Is that the truth?
Yes, in my highly professional opinion, yes.
Okay.
I actually kind of agree with that
Paimon
part.
wanted to hear.
It was the fact that there's nothing in relation to what happened on Wulong Hill. That's the part I don't believe. Try not to dwell too much on all this stuff, okay? There are still 2 days to go. So check out the street fair and enjoy yourself. You said it yourself, remember? Gotta keep a reasonable work-life balance. I'll see you at Eugene Terrace in 2 days. This time, we're gonna turn death to ashes. Guys, seriously, go and rest and relax while you can. We have a big job coming up in 2 days' time. Wait until 2 days later. Where's the lady that stares at you while sitting on the bench, Cat? Where is she? Alright, time to resume my other side quests. Noelle! I love seeing Noelle. Are you making gift envelopes? Honorary Knight! I didn't expect to see you here. Yes, I finally got the chance to come here on vacation, and I wanted to bring a few gifts back for the Knights of Favonius. I heard that during the Lantern Rite, locals like to include one of these envelopes with their gifts. So I wanted to follow their lead and make a few gift envelopes of my own. They're not looking too good. I want my gift envelopes to be beautiful. Can you show me how, Honorary Knight? Of course. Leave it to me. Wait, that's her catchphrase, not mine. It's balloons carrying balloons. That's how it works. Wow, is there anything you can't do? Thank you for teaching me. I'll treasure this gift envelope. Be sure to stop by the next Windbloom Festival, okay? When that day comes, I'll make you a gift envelope just as beautiful as this one. I'm surprised she didn't ask for rose motifs. After all, she really loves those roses. Nope, they're still all locked. Must show up on a later date. Well, then I guess I'll end this stream here. I'll spend some extra time. Because there's still 2 parts left. So I'll probably edit the first 2 parts into one video. And then from onward, I guess we'll do the last 2 in another video. I'll probably try to find time to stream on Sunday. Will probably be the next day where I'll have a lot of free time in order to do that. But for the meantime, it's time for me to burn some of these, some of this resin and start working on my entertainment rewards. Thank you everybody who stopped by. Be sure to follow me on Discord if you want to know when I'm going to be going live and what I'm going to be doing. That being said, the next time I go live will probably be more of this. Because there's only about 11 days left of this event, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to have time to play it for more than one more time in the next 11 days. Maybe twice. See you guys all in the next stream. Stay safe, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite.